All right, guys, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Happy Saturday to you all. All right, thank you all so very much for being here, because you could be anywhere else in the world, but you are here with me, and I appreciate you. So with that being said, let's make sure that we are doing all of the good things today. Hey, TikTokers, hi tubers, hi Twitchers. Yes, we are streaming on Twitch today, guys. All right, so with that being said, guys, make sure we're tapping the screen, we're sharing the live, we're reposting, we're subscribing, we're keeping the chat going. If you're on a TikTok, let's make sure we're clearing out those gift codes. Hey, TikTok, I want to let you know, because you're the main ones that I see here. I love you Twitchers, I love you tubers. You're the main ones that I see here, so I promise you, your energy, your engagement, all right, keeps me going. So thank you all so very much, and that goes to everyone, including the tubers and the Twitchers. So thank you all so very much. Okay, with that being said, guys, what else can we say? Tap the screen, share the live, repost, make sure we're subscribing, liking, knocking out the gift codes. Oh, if you'd like to support me, support the stream, the links are in the bio. Everything with Erica is the name. PayPal and Venmo. Also have a Zelle, everything with Erica 9, our age, everything Erica with 9 at gmail.com. And if you're over in the tube, you can send a super chat. All right, I want to thank you all so very much for all the love, because everything is appreciated and most definitely accepted. With that being said, y'all, let's go ahead and get this party started. If you are a Trump supporter, by all means, go ahead and get in a box. All right, stop crying in my comments. It is not cute. It is simply not cute. It's a bunch of men. That's what it is. It's a bunch of men who suck. Like this person right here, who was about to learn the lesson of the year. You can yap from outside of the club. Look at that. That's crazy work. Not you not being able to type no more. Wow, crazy. And I didn't even say your name. Ha ha ha. So no one even knows who you are. Anywho, guys, this is the Erica effect. I guess I do have that effect on them. All right. And I mean, if you by all means have the mental prowess, the capabilities, the intellect to actually defend your Papa Trump, get in the box, request up, let's have a conversation. All right, because Donald Trump is doing an awful job. Do you know that it's being reported that Donald Trump didn't expect for Iran to close the Strait of Hormuz? Bruh, this is the biggest, best leverage that they have. All right, they control where 20%, that's a fifth of the world's oil supply, flows through, and Donald Trump didn't think that they would use that? Come on, Trump. Come on, what are we doing? You cannot be that stupid. You can't be that stupid. What are we doing here? What are we doing? And there's just so much more news to actually go over, guys. I have some things pulled up that I do want to go over with you. So, you know how we always talk about the fact that Donald Trump, right? We talk about how he has gone after. You're being spammed live notifications on Discord. Okay, let me check. Oh, wait, I can check from here. I think I might just stop streaming on Twitch then. Give me one moment. Okay. Boom. Yeah, I do see that. It keeps coming through for some reason. I stopped it on Twitch, guys. Okay, guys, I'm here. Jeez Louise. Y'all, calm down. It's just Twitch. It's okay. I promise. Yeah, I'll fix that later. I don't know what that's about with Peen Cord. It's a plugin. Hey, Smitty. Smitty, you have a grayed out heart, friend. I need you to fix that. Thank you, Smitty. I appreciate you so very much. Thank you kindly. Okay, but we're good on YouTube, right, guys? Are we good on YouTube? Yes, no, maybe so. Somebody tell me, are we good on YouTube? Thank you, Smitty. Yay. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you, friend. All right. So I think we're good on the tube. So I think I do want to talk about how we always tell Trump supporters that they are, in fact, that Donald Trump is going after the Constitution. He does not respect, the basically the like the law of the land, we should call it. He doesn't respect it at all. Not at all. Hey, Nikki. So, with that being said, one of the ways in which he is disrespecting it once again is he is threatening the media again. Yeah, that's what Donald Trump is doing. I want to share this with you all because Brandon Carr, the FCC chairman, tweeted or X'd it. I don't know what they call it. He posted today a message for the media, basically telling them that if they don't get their act together and do fair reporting for Donald Trump when it comes to this Iran war, he's gonna, take their licenses. That's what he said. What? What are we doing? I mean, like, I want Trump supporters to be able to read between the lines and, kind of let's just make things make sense because they don't. They don't. If it doesn't explicitly say something, then what they end up doing is they'll say to themselves, well, he didn't say that. And this is what he meant. He didn't mean to do it that way. What the fuck are they? All Trump whisperers? It's fucking weird. So, anywho, let me pull this up for you all here and then let's take a look. So, boom, 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 boom. By the way, I think I said it earlier, but I do hope everyone did, in fact, enjoy their Saturday. Hope you got to do something fun. And where's my Chrome? There we go. Here we are. It's kind of big. Okay, there we go. Boom. So let's see here. Okay, so this is his tweet right here, but we have to scroll down and we have to look at the reason why he posted this. That's the most important part. The reason why he posted this is because Donald Trump took it upon himself this morning to do this. Should I do a Trump impersonation? I don't know if I have the voice for it today. If you want to see the Trump impersonation, let me know. We'll see what we can do. I don't know if I have the spoons for it. I had like a really big shot. My apologies in advance. Oh, by the way, guys, I apologize for anything that I say in advance. All right. I do mean it, but I didn't mean to say it. I just want to let you know that, okay? All right, cool. We got it. We good? Okay, as long as we good, that's all that matters. All right. With that being said, here's a Trump impersonation because I didn't even look at the comments to see if y'all wanted it or not. But you know me, I do what I want to do. You do what you can do about it. I love y'all so much. I hope y'all know that, okay? I really, really do. All right. So he goes, because this makes me happy. Yet again, an intentional misleading headline by the fake news media about the 5 tanker planes that were supposedly struck down at an airport in Saudi Arabia. Of no further use. In actuality, I give up. That's really bad today. I'm not as raspy as I want to be. He says the base was hit a few days ago, but the planes were not struck or destroyed. 4 of the 5 had virtually no damage and are already back in service. 1 has slightly more damage, but will be in the air shortly. None were destroyed or close to that, as the fake news said in headlines. The New York Times and the Wall Street Journal in particular, and other low-life papers and media actually want us to lose the war. Their terrible reporting, I said it like Charles Barkley. Their terrible reporting is the exact opposite of the actual facts. They are truly sick and demented people. They have no idea the damage they caused the United States of America. Fortunately, as proven by our great and conclusive election win in 2024, the people of our country understand what is happening far better than the fake news media. Bruh. What? Also, why when it comes to elections is that like the ones that he wins are the only ones that count? Oh, thank you so much, Smitty, for Lilian. Thank you. Drop some hearts in the chat for Smitty, y'all. Drop all of the hearts in the chat for Smitty. Thank you so very much for that. I appreciate you, friend. Thank you. But like seriously, why the only elections that count, all right, is like, bruh. Come on. That's the only ones that count. 2016 counts, 2024 counts, but 2020, that one doesn't count because he lost that one. Anywho, back to what Brandon Carr said. So Brandon Carr takes it upon himself to tweet this nonsense to media companies. Broadcasters that are running hoaxes and news distortions, also known as the fake news, have a chance now to correct course before their license renewals come up. The law is clear. Broadcasters must operate in the public interest, and they will lose their licenses if they do not. And frankly, changing course is in their own business interest, since trust in legacy media has now fallen to an all-time low of just 9% and our ratings disasters. The American people have subsidized broadcasters to the tune of billions of dollars by providing free access to the nation's airways. It is very important to bring trust back into media, which has earned itself the label of fake news. They keep reiterating that part. All right. When a political candidate is able to win a landslide election victory, it was not a landslide. After, in the face of hoaxes and distortions, there is something very wrong. It means the public has lost faith and confidence in the media, and we can't allow that to happen. Time for change. Okay. So I want you all to realize that he uses distortions and hoaxes twice. He did. He used that twice. And he also used fake news twice. Right? He's trying to paint the narrative, to put it into your heads, just like Trump is, all right, that you can't trust the news. All right. And if you can't trust the news, all right, then where are you going to get your information from? Well, you can get it from us. You can get it from this guy. You can get it from Donald Trump, because he'll tell you the truth. He's the bearer of the truth, which is BS, because we know that is categorically false, because Donald Trump is a fucking megalomaniac that lies all the darn going time. So there's that part. All right. But this is a clear affront to the First Amendment. All right, because as far as we know, there haven't been any news sources, especially in regards to legacy media, which will be talking about your ABCs, your CBS, your NBC, MS Now, hell, even Fox. Even though they're an entertainment company, they're still considered part of the legacy news. So he's talking about them, all right, and they have no proof that there are any lies actually happening. Yet here we are, them saying that there is lies, but they don't have any proof. Have you all noticed that with the Trump administration? They always say that something is happening, but then they never tell us how or when. They never provide any evidence to substantiate their claims, just like their supporters. They get up here and they say a whole bunch of BS, and they never substantiate their claims. They never verify it. They never validate it. Nothing. So there's that. All right. So I guess it's like, all right, like daddy, like cult members. I don't fucking know. I really don't. I don't know. Okay. But there's that. And also, there aren't any Trump supporters around. So chat, do me a huge favor. I'm going to go ahead and open up the phone lines over on the tube. So if you are on YouTube, you can call 720-295-4868. Again, that's 720-295-4868. All right, you can do that. And if you're over on the TikToks, you can grow a pair, borrow a pair, or hell, if you got the money, you can purchase a pair and get in a box. Request up. Let's have a conversation. Trump supporters, you are the demographic of people I like to have a conversation with. All right, so with that being said, y'all keep doing all of the good things. Thank you so very much for being here. I do have to bring up the backup, so let me do that. Boom, boom, boom. Da-dum, boom, 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 boom. There we go. Do you guys think that I'm too hard on Trump supporters? Do you think I need to be nicer to them? Is that what it is? I just have to be nicer? I need to know. Yeah, with them gas prices, gas prices being as high as they are. Oh, but another thing I did want to mention is that in regards to what Donald Trump is doing to the media, basically having his FCC chair, who does in fact control the airways, having the FCC chair threaten media companies, all right, simply because they're not reporting favorably on the Iran war, okay, is an affront to our First Amendment. But it's not just that. That is a sign that is indicative of an authoritarian style government. All right. We do not live, all right, in that. Okay. That's not what it is that we have. All right. We live in like a democratic republic. Okay. We have a voice as the people because we get to exercise our vote. All right. It sounds like Donald Trump, all right, wants to take away our voice. He wants to take away the truth. We can't have that. So there's that part. So, with that being said, this is just another example of how Donald Trump, all right, is taking our Constitution and he's using it as toilet tissue to keep it cute, I guess. All right, to wipe his ass. There's that. All right, let's keep doing all of the good things, guys. Keep tapping that screen. Keep sharing the live. All right, let me see here. Let's go ahead and knock out the remaining 33. I can't do math to save my life right now. The remaining 34 of our tiny dinies here. Let's knock those out. And also, guys, if you'd like to support me, support the stream, the links are in the bio. Everything with Erica is the name, PayPal and Venmo. Also have a Zelle, everything with Erica9@gmail.com. Oh, thank you for the Sunday. All right, I think I'm lactose intolerant. All right, but yeah, let's see here. Oh, Mason, thank you for the $2 super chat, love. Yeah, I didn't know. I think something's wrong with the pin cord link, so I'll fix it later. So we'll do that. But let's see what we have here. Keep doing all of the good things, guys. Thank you. Hi,
Hello.
Jacob. Are you a Trump supporter?
I am.
Okay, and for TikTok purposes, how old are you?
21.
21. And what year were you born in?
2004.
All right, you have some type of music playing in the background. Go ahead and turn that off for me or go to another room. Thank you. You can come off.
Is that better?
Yeah, I don't hear it anymore. Okay. All right. So you said you're 21, right?
Yep.
And I'm so sorry. My apologies for the repetitiveness. What year were you born in?
Nigger.
There we go. Sure, we got it. Be more creative. Good grief. Anywho, moving on. So that's a Trump supporter for you. That's a Trump supporter. They're so creative. They are. Oh my gosh, the creativity there. So what else do we have here? Another thing that I don't know if people were aware of, right, is that the Trump administration is actually going to be making $10 billion off of the TikTok deal. And we'll go into that in a moment.
Call from
Dirty Jersey.
Dirty Jersey? The fuck?
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Caller, what's your name?
Dirty Jersey.
I won't call you that. Do you have a name that's like your mom, your dad, or a cousin gave you?
So you won't call me Jersey.
Call you Jersey? Okay, I can call you Jersey. And for TikTok purposes, how old are you?
58.
58. All right. And are you a Trump supporter?
I sure am.
Okay. All right. And why are you still supporting Trump?
Why am I still supporting him? I never stopped supporting him. I'm supporting him because, first of all, he brought $17 trillion to our country, okay, which is a surplus. They're building factories in New Jersey, 2 or 3 of them right here in my area, okay, for jobs. Also, child support has been directed towards the men. SNAP benefits are coming to men now when you have children instead of going to the woman. I support that and many other reasons.
What? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, so you said $17 trillion in investments?
Yes.
Yeah. You do know that that has been debunked, right?
I know that's been what?
Debunked. That means it's been proven to be false.
Why is that?
Because Donald Trump overinflates numbers like he is known to do. Like he said that we were bringing in trillions of dollars in tariff revenue. That wasn't true. I think we did about like a little less than $300 billion in tariff revenue last year.
300 billion?
Yeah, 300 billion.
Instead of 17 trillion. That's a big bump.
I think you're conflating the information in which I'm telling you. Donald Trump is overinflating the investments number. All right. Just like he inflates other numbers. And the other number that I'm using for reference would be like the $300 billion. I'm not there, the trillions of dollars in tariffs that he claimed that the United States brought in revenue, yet it was more so like closer to 300 billion. So
I'll do research on that. What about medicines being cut? The price of prescription drugs
No,
being cut. What about that?
no,
That's not true either.
that's not true either. He's really just showing you the wholesale price. One of my friends actually broke this down fairly simply. What Donald Trump is doing is he is showing people the wholesale price. So, like, basically the price of the schmugs, the prescription, all right? And then what they're doing at TrumpRx.com, all right, is showing people the regular price of it. So he's showing you the price of it if you purchase it in bulk versus if you purchase it as a standalone product. That's all he's doing. So there
So
is
if
no
I buy
discount to be had.
if I buy a regular prescription, say of whatever metformin, and it's $300, okay, you're trying to say, and I go to purchase it from Trump RX, it's gonna be 300. It's not gonna be a discount on it, just because it's a single person buying it. Is that what you're saying? And
Okay,
who am I
so
speaking to?
you called me. I figured you would know who you called.
Yeah, I did call. That's what I'm talking about. I'm looking at you. I guess what is that, a pre-tape or something?
Oh, what?
Uh, I'm seeing you live. I'm looking at you. You don't have your mouth open. I'm looking at you on the video.
You might want to press the
Oh, there you
live
go.
button. Yeah, there you
Oh,
go.
okay. All right, I see you. Right. Okay. Also, what about giving men their rights? And
Oh, we're not finished yet, sir. So, in
oh,
regards to the Trump RX, I need you. What I'm trying to get you to understand is that he is showing people, okay, the wholesale price. All right. So this is if you were purchasing it in bulk. Okay. All right. That's what
right.
he's doing. And then what they do is they subtract from the wholesale price, all right, the difference between if you were just purchasing as a standalone. That's what it's doing.
So how does
All
it
right.
how
So
does
it's
it
not
differ
you're
from
not actually saving any money. You would actually save money if you were to use something like Good RX.
right? That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's actually so that you're saying Good RX is better than Trump RX.
Yes, sir.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Check that out. I'll check out everything. Fact checks everything you say. I don't have no problem with that.
Okie dokie. Okay.
Can we
All
switch
right.
to the men now?
I'm sorry. Can we switch to what now?
Can we switch to the men getting their rights and getting rights to their children, their child support, and their SNAP benefits?
Men have always been able to acquire SNAP benefits. If you have custody of your
For
child, then you've always been able to qualify for SNAP benefits if you meet the income thresholds. That's never not been a thing. And men also have always qualified for child support because child support is not based off of gender. It's based off of whoever makes the more money. And historically, it has always been men who make more money than the woman.
okay. And why did they say child support is unconstitutional?
Who said child support is unconstitutional?
It was unconstitutional, and what is November 25th? They switched the benefits where the man gets it if you have his name on the birth certificate, if he gets the benefits. For the child, the woman doesn't get it anymore. And if
That's
she
not a
doesn't have one,
what? You only can get child support if you have the physical custody of the child. So whoever has physical
right,
custody,
they give the custody to the woman. They've always given the custody to the woman, and the man has to pay child support to even see his child.
that's not true. You
And
never
that's
had to
what I'm
pay
doing.
child support to see your child. First of all, there's
Well,
that part.
I wanted to go see my child, okay, and my baby's mother was every time I go to see him, it was arguing with me and taking my kid. When I went down to the court to get a visitation, I had to go on child support to get it, okay, and that was my first child, and I got a job, you know what I mean, and I make money.
The
So what's
fudge
up with
is
that?
happening.
You have
Okay,
to pay this much
so
money.
here's the
You have
dealio,
to pay this
right?
much money a
You
week
didn't have to
every
pay.
2 weeks.
You don't have to keep going on, sir. You've already stated your claim. Okay, and also this is
Go for
extremely
it.
anecdotal. All right, but to just make this make sense for the audience, for the people that are listening, you've never had to pay child support to see your child. That's not a
No.
thing. However, What it is that if you are requesting visitation and the mother herself is receiving some form of benefit from the state, then sir, they want their money. So yes, you do have to pay child support because they don't want to take on the entire cost of providing for that child. You have to be able to pay
I
some of
was
that.
providing
All
for
right.
my
So what
child.
you hold
Matter of
on
fact,
one
she
moment. My
actually lost
apologies.
money.
One moment,
Wait a
sir.
minute.
One
Give me
moment. I'm
one
trying to
moment.
explain something to you. Please listen.
I heard what you said.
I'm trying to
I'm
explain. I
trying to
wasn't
tell.
finished. I wasn't finished though. That's the thing. I wasn't finished. So with
Okay,
that
finish.
being said, you and the mother, all right, could have gone to the state's attorney, all right, and you two could have actually written out an agreement yourselves, okay, that would have been approved by the state's attorneys or the assistant attorney general in your state. And then that would have been put into place. And whatever you paid in addition to would have been between you two. All right. If you want to ask me how I know this, I'll tell you because that's what my son's dad and I did. Okay. We came to our own agreement. That's it. The courts would rather you
But
come
you
to your
still
own
had to
agreement
go
than
to
them having to
court and
impose
go to
anything.
your attorney to find out all this when all I want to do is see my child 2 or 3 days a week when I'm off work. And I
Then
have to
that
go
would be
through
for
all
you and the
that
mother to work out. Then maybe there was an issue there, but I have no idea what this has to do with anything because what? Nothing that you said
because I
thus
was paying
far.
her more money before she got the child support. I was giving more money before they had the child support
Okay.
thrown into my face. So she actually lost money, but she really didn't because I pay for my kid anyway. But yeah, she ended up losing money if I would have cut what I was giving her
No
and
one
just
cares. Go
gave her the
talk to her
child
about
support.
it. How old is this kid?
Oh, he's grown now.
He's grown.
Okay.
Then why do you
Yeah.
care?
Why do I care? Because I care for my people, and I care for the countless black men that have to go through this stuff when they have a child and they can't come and see their kid when they're supposed to be in charge of the family. That's why I care.
If
Okay,
they were
and
in
then
charge
this
of the
one,
family, then they'd be in the
and
same house.
especially in charge of their sons and their sons'
If they were
upgrowing.
in
That's why you
charge of
have
the
so many
family, sir,
murders
they'd
going
be in
on,
the same
and so many people killing each other
house.
in
The
the streets
same
because they don't have men
house.
there to teach them how
I'm
to
so
deal with
sorry.
the
Hey,
situation.
hey, hey, Jersey, did you call here for therapy? I'm not your
That's
therapist.
all
I
you have
don't
to
get
say.
paid enough to be your therapist, sir. I'm going to be perfectly
That's
honest
not
with you.
therapy.
I don't give a damn.
That's not that's not therapy. I'm telling you, that's what's happening.
Yeah,
Black men are
no.
not in the homes.
Black men are, in
Okay,
fact, in the home, sir.
they're not in the homes,
They are
and
in
the
the
kids
homes.
the kids
According
are
to a
out on the street
CDC
killing each
study,
other.
according to a
And
CDC
and the
study,
numbers
black
say
men,
that.
you know what? I have to use
Doesn't
this
have
thing
anything
because they want to do
doesn't
this
have anything
thing.
to do with therapy.
You know, he can listen to music. All right. According to a CDC study, black men, all right, who do reside in the homes with their children are more active than any other demographic of fathers. That includes white and Hispanic slash Latino. All right. That's how it's categorized by the CDC. Also, black men outside of the home, so that means those who co parent, all right, are also more active with their children than those who are than other demographics. So there's that. All right, this is a CDC study, guys. Center for Disease Control. So there's that. Hector, what the hell is this man talking about?
I don't know. Did you put that nigga on hold?
Yes,
That's hilarious. I love that feature.
me too. Like,
uh, if black men aren't in the household with their kids or involved in the child's life, that's because black men didn't want to be. I don't know what else to tell y'all.
exactly. There you go. Like,
For the
what are we
most part.
doing? What is it that we're doing? And also, what you will see, because like Massachusetts did a study, and state of Massachusetts found that when men actually fight for custody, all right, they receive the type of custody that they want. So if that is physical custody of the child, they more than likely get it. All right, if it is joint legal custody, they get joint legal custody. Okay, this guy, all right, it's not our fault that you didn't know how to use the court system, sir. Okay, tis all. Anywho, so Jersey, all right. Do you want to talk about something that's not based in like your past experience, or do you just want to keep crying about this?
I don't know about crying, and I don't know my past experience. Like I said, he said black men aren't in the home because they don't want to. That's absolutely ridiculous. Because I talk to black men all the time who want to spend time with their kids but can't. And I'm not
Go
whining and
to
I ain't
court.
crying.
Go to court. Go to court. Go to court.
You mean a Democratic court?
Go to court. Go to court. Go to court. That's what the fuck I thought. I always want to complain. Use the friggin' resources that are available to you. What are we doing here? Is that simple? Am I wrong? I'm now not wrong.
I'm sorry. Did he say the Democratic courts?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, he think all the judges are Democrat? Is that what it is?
Yes, he does.
As if, first off, it's when we're talking about the federal government, you be talking about different courts in regards to ones of.
My baby started crying. Go ahead. My bad.
The fuck?
I was gonna start playing that for him, but he hung up. Go ahead.
That's.
I told you my
Lord
baby
have
started
mercy.
crying.
Uh,
You weren't here the other night when I was doing that to people.
made me lose my whole damn train of thought. No, I ain't never heard no shit like that before.
Yeah, I do that to people. They start crying. I'm gonna play the goddamn baby. What are we doing here? Hush up all that noise.
Where we have judges that are like appointed by the president in specific courts for specific things, that's not family court. That's a different thing. Outside of that, again, a Republican or Democratic appointee doesn't make that person Democrat or Republican, although they mostly choose people from that party. But regardless, any judge in any department is supposed to be bipartisan. They're not supposed to judge based off of political affiliation.
That part. They're supposed to be nonpartisan, but we see how that works, especially with the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals down in Louisiana. They're extremely partisan, so there's that part. But yeah, there's that. All right. I hope a motherfucker don't come up here crying. I ain't got time for it. But guys, Simhar is here with us, right? Simhar is here. Let's try to get Simhar up to 5,000 coins, guys. Remember, Simhar is our friend who is from Eritrea. I literally just pronounced this yesterday after I heard Kobe say it. All right. But here I am. Can't say it. But okay. But she's currently in Libya, guys, and she is with her child. And we just want to make sure that she has gets enough coins to where when she's able to cash them out, that she can buy, the necessities for her and her child. So let's take care of Simhar here. Please, please, please show her all of the love while she is here. Also, make sure we're taking care of Hector. Check out the links in his bio. Show him some love. Let's just do all of the good things, guys. And we're joined by Miss Yvette here, but I don't think Miss Yvette knows that she's here or meant to be here. All right. Miss Yvette, are you a Trump supporter? All right. Miss Yvette, I'm going to go ahead and drop you down, love. All right.
Also, we don't want to take away from the fact that, yes, courts are expensive and some people may not have the means to fight in court. We're not trying to belittle those circumstances, or the few where you just may have a situation where the woman is batshit, and then that's a whole battle as well. I do know people who have gone through that specific instance with a man's mother of his child that ran to several states away, and he couldn't do nothing about it. So those exceptions are exceptions.
Thank you, Mel. Mel knows me. Mel knows that it has to be spelled out phonetically. Thank you so very much, Mel. Is Eritrea. Hector, we will talk offline behind the scenes. Okay, behind the scenes. Okay. What were we doing? We were doing something. I can't recall. You can't call women shit, friend. But the courts are there. And also, a lot of courts actually do have little programs in place where if you aren't able to pay for the fee, then by all means, you actually can do a waiver program. You just have to fill out the paperwork. That's all. All right. Also, if you are in my comments begging to be brought up, right? What is wrong with you? There's a request button. Utilize it. It's just very interesting. Hi, Jasleen, are you a Trump supporter?
Of course.
Okay. And your name is Jasleen?
Oh, that's kind of like a joking name. It's like Jasleen Fuddi. You're not Punjabi. You don't.
I don't.
Okay, yeah, you're not.
I don't get the joke. It's okay. Yeah. Okay. Is there another name that we can call you, or do you just want us to call you Jasleen?
You can just call me by Fuddi.
I'm sorry. Call you what?
Fuddi.
Fuddi?
Yeah.
I don't know what that means. It's foreign. I don't know if I want to go with it or not. So we'll just stick with Jasleen. So Jasleen, you are a Trump supporter for TikTok purposes. How old are you?
21,
Okay, all right. And what year were you born in?
2004.
Okay. All right. With that being said, why are you still supporting Trump?
Well, he did one thing that helped me out a lot, which was getting rid of affirmative action with the people who appointed through the Supreme Court. Roe v. Wade getting overturned. I like that. I like his tariff policy. I like
Affirmative action. We
all.
haven't gotten rid of affirmative action. Affirmative action is actually still a thing that companies can use. All right, it's only not available in college admissions.
Yeah, I meant it in regards to like college
Then
admissions
be
and stuff like
specific.
that. Like, all right, he's getting rid of like racial barriers and all these things. Yeah,
He's getting rid of racial
it's good.
barriers. What racial barriers
hmm
is he getting
Affirmative
rid
action.
of? How is affirmative action a
When
racial
when
barrier?
someone is chosen specifically because of their race, that is racist. When you're looking at race as a
Know what
factor,
affirmative action is.
so is that what they were doing, or was that not what they were doing?
That was not what they were doing.
Okay, so they weren't looking at your race and deciding that as a factor of admitting you into a college?
Your race was one of many factors that helped determine whether or not you were qualified, or well, if you could actually get an interest into those schools. Specifically, the schools
Okay,
in question would be UNC Chapel Hill, I do believe it was, and also Harvard University.
so are you agreeing with the statement that people are that they're evaluating race as a factor and they're using that in college admissions and they're choosing you partially based on your race?
Partially based on your race?
Mm.
Partially, that would literally be sort of kind of what affirmative action is, but it covers so many other demographics. It covered gender, it covered sexual orientation. So I
hmm
mean, it covered many things.
Helping get rid of sexism
So
too.
partially, I'm so sorry. What? What did you say?
Sexism?
You
You
said,
just said that it was.
hold on, time
Were
out.
they
Did you just
looking
say
at?
that Trump got rid of sexism?
No, I said helping get rid of sexism.
Helping get rid of sexism
Yeah.
from a sexist? A person that actively
You just said
practices
that
sexism?
gender was looked at and was a part of affirmative action.
Do you
And
know
in
what
getting
marginalization is?
yes,
Well, tell the class what marginalization is.
that's when one group gets something that another group doesn't.
That would be a
I don't know.
disparity.
Okay, so like, where are you trying to go with this? Like, we're on the conversation of affirmative action, and you're trying to like twist it away. You're not trying to acknowledge the fact that it's racist and it's choosing
It's
people
not
based on their
racist, though.
race.
The reason why I would say that it is not racist is because why did we need it in the first place? See, you're asked these questions to
So
determine whether or
racism
not you
cancels
actually,
out?
excuse me one
What?
moment, you are being asked these questions to determine whether or not you actually know what it is that you're talking about. Or if you're just here to be a rage baiter or to try to bait us into a silly conversation about race, I need to understand that you actually know what you're talking about. So please tell us, why do we need to have a policy like affirmative action in place initially?
Yeah, because black people have been subject to terrible things throughout history. We had slavery, segregation. We also weren't allowed into certain universities and stuff like that. But with that being said, if you want to create a less racist society, you don't fix that by implementing another form of racism. Like, racism doesn't cancel out. Like, I don't know why you would think that. Like, that's a pretty dangerous viewpoint to have. Like,
Yeah, no.
so do you think that it
So
cancels out,
basically,
or
what affirmative action was, it was a policy, but it was not something that was based on simply race. As I mentioned to you already, affirmative action, all right, included things like gender, all right, your sexual orientation, all right. Also, it included things like accessibility. So if you were disabled, all right. It made companies consider these people that they weren't considering previously, all right, for these positions. You always had to have the merit in order to qualify for those positions. It just means that if you had, let's say, for example, 10 white
If they were
10
qualified,
cisgender,
why
I'm
did you
so
need affirmative
sorry.
action?
10 cis.
If they were just as qualified, why did you need to look at their race as a part of admissions?
Hey Hector, do you want to give him the answer that is like seriously just right in front of his face? Because if he just said he knows why we needed affirmative action, then he should be able to answer
Hold
this
on, you're not
question
listening
himself.
to what I'm saying. If what you're saying is true, that all these applicants, they're all qualified, why do you need affirmative action if they're all just as
Are you
qualified?
mad? Are you mad because the answer is staring you right in your face?
Well, I'm not
and you
mad because
can't
we got rid of
answer
it. I think you're mad because you guys are on the
can't.
losing side.
You can't. You don't see the answer that's like shitting on your face right now? It's called
Yeah, I know where
racism.
you're.
It's called
Mhm.
racism. That is why.
So the same
All right,
thing
so
that you're
if the
trying to implement today.
discrimination, no, if the discrimination, all right, was the reason in which we had to implement a policy such as affirmative action, then you asking the question of, then if they were qualified, then why didn't they get the job? All right, it'll be a non-sequitur. It'll be absolutely irrelevant because it's circular as fuck. It doesn't make any sense why you would ask that question. The reason why we had to have said policy is because of racism and discrimination.
Don't you think
Are
it's
you
quite
not
circular
getting
to
it?
think that racism cancels out? That's literally what you're
You
arguing. You're
keep
saying
saying
because you guys were
racism
marginalized in
cancels
the
out,
past
but you
that
don't
we
know
get to
what
marginalize other
racism
communities.
is. You don't know what racism is. All right? Like for you couldn't tell us what racism is.
You notice how you're
You're
just
gonna
going
tell
based off
us.
emotions? You're giving
No,
no
I'm not
evidence or
going off
anything
of.
for
No,
this.
actually, no, I'm not. I asked you a question as to why did we need to have it in the first place, and you
And I
actually
explained it to
answered.
you, and I'm telling you,
You
it doesn't cancel
answered the
out.
question. You did, in fact, answer the question, and you weren't incorrect. It was because of racism is why we needed it. So I have to ask you the question is, why are you asking me if these people are qualified, then why do we need it? Why are you asking that question? Think about that for just a moment. Get your mind
Because
right and
you
think about
just
that.
said
It was
that
a
these-
stupid fucking
okay.
question is what it was. Hector, do you have anything you want to add?
No, because what I'm saying is in regards to university admissions, if you're saying that they are
Okay,
just as
sure.
qualified as every other applicant, why are you evaluating race? Why do you want that to be a thing? If they're just as qualified, you wouldn't need that to happen.
Oh my God.
You would not
because
need that.
Racism. Nigga, you stupid. Go ahead, Hector.
Hey,
Maybe you'll speak
So are they
later.
just as
Jasleen.
qualified then?
Hey, Jasleen, you think the qualification negates the racism?
You mean the racism that you're trying to implement? What do you mean?
No, you moron. Let me give you an example. Did you know that a study was done, several studies have been done at this point, but the most prominent and recent one showed that specifically amongst like convicts or people with a criminal record, whether it's a big one or a misdemeanor, when they were black and they got applied for a job, despite having the exact same qualifications as their white counterparts, they were 30 to 50% less likely to get the call back. In some cases, they were more qualified than the white counterparts, and they still didn't get it back. Same thing when you had a more.
Did that also look at
Same thing when
external
you had a
factors
more
such as
ethnic
having a
sounding
college degree
name?
and all these other
Someone who had the
things?
name with something like John versus someone had a name like Joaquim. Despite having the same, if not more, qualifications, they were less likely to get the call back for the job.
So what do they mean by these qualifications? Because I don't believe that that's true. I think
Qualifications
that you're
necessary
just...
for a job.
So did they look at university degrees? Did they look at any of that stuff? Did they look at, what these
If you
criminal
need a
records were actually
university
about?
degree and 4 years of experience to qualify for a job, those factors were controlled for in the study.
So they made sure that there was no external factors such as one having a degree versus another one not having a degree.
Did you completely miss the part where I said the study was done with individuals who had the same or similar equivalent qualifications for the job?
Well, that's very perspective based. What are these qualifications that you're
it's very study based.
Like explicitly, like what are they mentioning that these qualifications are? Because that can be taken in many different ways. Like qualification as in
If
job
a
experience,
job says
such
that
as
you
a
need to have a
degree.
bachelor's degree and 4 years of experience, can you get the job without the bachelor degree and 4 years of experience?
So they had the same degrees, same
It's a
job
yes or no
experience.
question.
What?
If the job says 4 years of experience and a bachelor degree, Can you get the job without having 4 years of experience and the bachelor's degree?
In most cases, no.
Oh, okay. So what the fuck are we doing?
I mean, that's what I was asking you about.
You don't have to ask questions that I've already answered. If you were listening
You
closely to the
didn't
words
answer
that I
that.
said, then you would understand that asking
I-
the question would make no sense considering it was answered in the example that I gave for you.
Okay.
These factors were controlled for in the study because there's several things that can mess up the results of said study, such as, oh, well, maybe this person had 2 years of experience, even though he had the bachelor's
Exactly.
degree, versus 4 years of experience with the other guy who had a bachelor's degree. Maybe this guy had a record of misconduct or a terrible reference that one guy had that the other guy didn't, despite having the exact same qualifications. These were factors that were controlled for in the study.
Exactly, and that's why I asked you about that, and you wanted to say they all
my
had the same
fucking
qualifications.
God.
That's why I asked you to specify. So thank you for doing that. Now, another thing is, where does this have to go with affirmative action? Because this is something separate. I can get how they tie in. And also, when did this study take place? Like, was this in like the 1980s? Recently? Like, when did it take place?
2000s, hold please.
Pardon? I didn't hear you.
So one would have to beg the question of this, right? Okay, so if we don't need affirmative action, right? Then what I would have to ask is, why is it that a study conducted back in 2014 showed that Black men who held college degrees, all right, so a college degree, all right, had a employment rate of 92.8%, while white men without a degree, all right, had an employment rate of 92.5%. All right, a 0.3 percentage difference. That's it. All right. If the degrees are everything, if the degree makes you more qualified to hold
Did
the
that
job,
account for job
all right?
experience
So
and the
why is
possibility of
that?
their parents working there as well? Because that's another factor in getting
I'm
in
sorry.
jobs.
Oh, so you're good with nepotism?
What do you mean? No, I disagree with that. I disagree with
you
legacy
disagree with
and all these other
nepotism?
things.
Okay, sure you do. Yeah, the fuck you do.
Okay, I just asked if that was a
Yeah.
factor, and exactly,
Yeah.
the study didn't take that into account,
Exactly.
and that's the reasoning for that.
Mhm.
When you have companies such as what was it? I think it was Alaska, and you have companies like Starbucks saying that
So
they want to hit all these.
why is it that a Black man who already has a degree has to get additional schooling, all right, to get the same exact job of a white man who did not get a degree?
What do you mean? You're talking about like
That's what the study actually
0.2% of the Black population? How
No,
many
but that's
people
what the
even is
study
that?
found. The
Okay, so a
found
study that
Well,
didn't
what
even
happened to
account
Simhar?
for if the parents had worked there or job experience, and you just want to come up with these occlusions.
Why do we have to take into account if the parents work there or something of that nature? So what are we
Oh, because
saying,
in numerous cases parents vouch.
that like
Okay,
people
because in
get
numerous
jobs based
cases
off of
parents vouch for the
nepotism
children,
not
and that helps
merit?
them get into a job.
Is
What?
that what it is? Are we saying that people get jobs based off of nepotism and not merit?
Absolutely, and we should 100% get rid of that in university admissions and in jobs.
Okay, so
I'm
you
down
think
to
that we
take
should
down
get
both
rid of
racism
legacy
and
emissions?
what?
So we're down to take down legacy emissions.
Absolutely,
down for
that's
that?
the first thing that needs to go. I think even before affirmative action, that needs to go first.
Okay. All right. I agree with you. I think legacy emissions shouldn't be a thing. I totally actually
Yeah.
agree with you.
I know. See, we
Yet,
can have some
what we
common
have-
understanding.
But what we have is a system that simply doesn't work that way.
Absolutely, and
so
that
there's
needs to, yeah. But I don't think that should just be an excuse for implementing racism.
That's
I don't
not
think that-
racism. You don't know what racism is. If you say racism one more time, I'm going to have you start conducting a class and telling us what racism actually is. I need you to chill out with the R word
Discriminating
because
on
you're doing
someone
what it
based on
is.
race.
Then affirmative action would not be discriminating against anyone based off of their race.
Yes, it is. If you're
No, it
rejecting
wouldn't.
a white applicant and accepting a black one because of their race, that is racism.
No.
That's what
Affirmative
studies
action
have
was
shown
actually
to be true.
level the playing field, all right, to actually make it so that people from marginalized communities, all right, had a chance, had the opportunity. That's what affirmative action That's what affirmative action is. Okay.
Yeah, back when it was
Because
implemented all the way, when was it, in like the 60s? When was affirmative? Yeah, all the way back then. That's not how it's being played out now. What you have now is you just have a
what
bunch of
studies still
upper.
what studies showed what it is that you just claimed, that it was based off of race? Because then my next question that I'm going to ask you is who
Okay,
benefited
perfect. The
most,
Princeton study.
who benefited most from affirmative action?
They say white women,
They say
but that's
white
not
women.
how
No,
it's.
it actually is white women. It is
Okay,
white
but who
women.
benefits the most from it today?
In regards to today, all right, the only
Yeah.
place that affirmative action is still in place is like in corporate America, and it's still going to be white
Mhm.
women. All
That's
right,
not
so
true.
while marginalized communities in whole benefit from policies like affirmative action and also internal policies and procedures like DEIA, all right, it's still white women who benefit
Mhm.
from them more than other demographics.
So,
So
can
there's
you
that
tell
part.
me, a company that has ever said that we're trying to hire more white women?
That's not a
Because
thing. No one ever even says that they're trying to hire more black people. No one ever
they say
says that.
people of color.
What they say is they want to diversify their employee base, is what they say.
They have goals for
Yeah.
people of color. Starbucks has one.
Yes, they often put little target directives to improve their people of color
Recruiting.
in the business. Yes,
Mhm.
that's a thing, but there's no quota. Hey, you wanted that study? The name of
Yes,
it is the mark of a
percentage
criminal.
quotas.
Yeah, the name of that study is the mark of a criminal record. This was done in 2003 by Deva Pager. You're more than welcome to go and nitpick the hell out of it. I can't wait for you to find the results. Also, I have to correct something that I said. I spread misinformation. One of the most striking results of this study was that white men with a criminal record still got more callbacks than black men with no criminal records. Quick correction. It wasn't a direct comparison of criminal records to no criminal records. That was done, but also they still got more callbacks despite having criminal records.
Okay. I
Cha,
disagree
cha,
with
cha.
that. So, anyways, back to what we were saying. So, Starbucks does explicitly say that they want, I think 30% of their employees to be people who are black, indigenous, or people of color. I mean, I don't know how you're going to say that that's not racism.
How is
I
that
mean,
racism?
okay, when you're implementing percentages based on race, okay, you're excluding people like, well, for in this instance, it's excluding white people because you're aiming to choose someone based on race and not on how qualified they are.
That's not true. The person always is going to
That
have
is.
that merit.
If they were
Okay.
just as qualified, you wouldn't need to implement this
Okay.
because
Shh.
I'm tired
What's
of
up,
hearing
Itchy?
him whine.
I know.
At some point in time, and I'm gonna drop down.
It's okay.
But at some point in time, can y'all ask to see the discrepancy in white men employment? Has it gone down? See if he understands whether white men's employment has gone down in corporate America, um, in politics, and in legislation. Because at the end of the day, if everybody fits into affirmative action and DEIA and all of these things, except for cishet heterosexual white men,
Mm-hmm.
can we see the decline in their employment?
That's a fair question.
Because other than that, he's
you
just
know
up
that
here.
employment in the US has
Hey,
gone
bro,
up
I'm not
in
even talking
general.
to you. Shut up. Other than that, if he doesn't give those numbers to express the decline in employment and education and all of these things politically for white men, then
Mm-hmm.
he's just up here whining.
He is whining. Should I hit him with the baby cries?
Of course.
Okay. All right. Bet. Awesome. That's a fantastic question, Mr. Itchy. Thank you so very much for bringing that to our attention. Drop
Well,
some
I
hearts
think
in the chat.
something
I'm
that
not
you need to
finished
take into account.
talking. I'm not finished
Okay.
talking. All right. Draw some hearts in the chat for Mr. Itchy, y'all. Let me see those hearts in the chat. All right. So, with that being said, I'm going to do this first. All right. Shout out to the other disgusted veteran. Hey, Sean. Long time no see, friend. Sean said, why are we talking about affirmative action since it was overturned in 23? When are they going to update what they are whining about? They're never going to update what they're whining about because they feel inadequate. But that's besides the point. Affirmative action actually is still a thing in corporate America. The only thing that affirmative action was overturned in was in regards to college admissions. So affirmative action is still a thing. I need people to know that. All right. So yeah, there's that. But thank you so very much, Sean. I appreciate you, love. Drop some hearts in the chat for Sean, y'all. Drop those hearts in the chat for Sean. All right, let's keep doing all of the good things, guys. All of the good things. All right, and let me see here. Shout out to Sable. Thank you so very much, Sable, for the $10. Sable said, keep your foot on their necks and trying. Thank you so very much, Sable. I appreciate you, love. Thank you so very much. All right, guys, let's keep it going. If you'd like to support me, support the stream, the links are in the bio. Everything with Erica is the name, PayPal and Venmo. Also have a Zelle, everythingwitherica9@gmail.com. All right, and if you're over on the tube, you can send a super chat. Thank you all so very much, because everything is appreciated and most definitely accepted. And with that being said, make sure we're showing love to Hector. His links are in the bio. And also check out his links, because that's a Kamala would never man. All right, if you heard someone say Kamala would never, that's Hector. All right, check out the links, get you some gear. Also, make sure we're showing love to Simhar, guys. Let's do all of the good things. All right, so for you, Jasleen, all right, the question would be this. Okay, what did the white unemployment rate increase to in 2025? When Donald Trump got rid of, all right, all of these things, what did the white unemployment rate? Hey, Peach. Welcome in, Peach Raid. Go ahead.
I'm not sure off the top of my head.
Okay.
But it depends what time frame.
No,
Okay.
I said last year. I said 2025. That's the first time that you actually don't give a damn. All right. The next question
because
for you is,
I know
who
that
is
you're
the
going to try and
majority
look
of
at
our
the
government?
statistics,
Who
but
is
I'm
the
also
majority
saying
of
that
our
you need to look at the
government
general
actually,
unemployment trends when evaluating.
Who has our government?
The Republicans, thankfully.
Okay. All right. So the United States of America has had a total of 45 people hold the office of president. All right. How many of those people have been white?
Almost all of them.
How many of those people have been white? Give us a number. If we've had 45 presidents in the United States history, how many of them have been white?
Isn't it like 44?
Yes.
Well, Obama was also half. He was also white too.
And there's no such thing as half white. So, with that being said, that's why I know you know nothing about race, racism, white supremacy. You know none of that stuff. You're just a kid whining about something.
Okay, so if you have a white,
get picked for pickleball or something, I don't know. Okay. Anywho, let's get back to it. Okay, so in the history of our Supreme Court, okay, we've had over 200 judges or justices sit on the bench. How many of them have been black?
I'm not sure. I think it's like for the Supreme Court, or
I literally just said for the Supreme Court.
Yeah, I think like 2 or 3.
It's been 3.
Yeah.
3 have been black. 3.
And one of them helped us.
The majority of our
one of them
Senate,
helped us. You forgot to mention
Congress,
that.
All right, in Congress, between the Senate and the House, all right, what is the predominant race of our legislators?
White.
Exactly.
We're also a predominantly white country as well.
When we look at
You're not taking that into account.
When we look at CEOs of our Fortune 500 companies within the United States of America, over 80% are of what race?
White.
Exactly.
Okay, what percentage of the U.S. is white?
With that being said,
like what?
Well, actually, when it comes to white men, all right, white men make up between 27 to 30% of the U.S. population. So there's that part. 27
white men?
White men, 27 to 30% of the U.S. population. You're highly outnumbered by white women, but yet still white women who, again, benefited from DEIA and affirmative action, all right, still do not make up the majority of our legislature, our Supreme Court, our presidents. We never had a woman president.
So then why do you want to implement it then? Hold on. Why do you want to implement it then if it's solving none of these goals? Hold on. Why do you want to implement it if it's solving none of these goals?
It's simply because of the fact that we need to even the playing field. All right.
But you just said that white women have benefited the most, yet it hasn't helped them.
They have benefited the most from it. And I did not say, yeah, it hasn't helped them. That's not what I said. What I said is that it is still predominantly ran by white men. All right. Therefore, this issue that you think that you have with affirmative action is not actually an issue. It's simply just you being a little fucking racist, is all that it is. You're being racist is what you're being. But the thing is, I can call you that. I can even explain it to you how you are, in fact, being racist, but you don't know what it actually is, so you wouldn't understand it. And the thing is here, darling, for a person like you, I wouldn't waste my fucking time trying to educate you on anything. My purpose right here and now, is to embarrass the fuck out of you. So how about
if you're wondering why you guys lost the election, this is it right
this
here.
Is why we lost
ignorance,
the election?
bigotry,
no, you don't know what ignorance
not
is.
wanting to get educated.
You, on the other hand, are in fact ignorant. You know absolutely
Well,
nothing.
I mean, you're a racist, so that's
racist.
a lot worse.
Actually, darling, I'm black. I can't be racist, so there's that part. That's how I know for a fact that you don't know what racism is.
I'm a person of color too.
Yeah, no, you're not. No,
yes, I am. I'm South Asian.
No, you're not. All right, because
dude, do you know what Jasleen Fadi? That's Indian.
If you are in fact an Asian person, that's how you be classified. You be classified as an Asian person. Then you, sir, are simply just an agent of white supremacy. And I suggest that you read a fucking book. I would.
Well, affirmative action only hurt Asians. What are you talking about? I would do a drop goal
for you, but you're simply just not worth it. You're not worth it. I refuse to continue to engage in conversation with you. I'm just not going to do it. You're a fucking idiot. Anywho. Oh, I'm sorry, Jeff. I did not see you. If I did, I would have brung you up here. But that dude was getting on my nerves by miles. He was not worth it at all. Sorry, friend. He wasn't worth it. Hey, Jeff. How are you, friend?
Hey, I feel you. He wasn't worth it. I just want to know if he could educate me. But if he gone, he gone. Yeah. We good.
Oh, he's back. Do you want to talk to him, see if he can educate you? I'll be quiet.
Yeah, sure. If he wants to educate me.
Okay.
I love learning new things.
Okay.
Hello.
One moment,
Thanks
Jasleen.
for letting me back.
I am going to do a mod announcement, and then I'm going to give the floor to you and Jeff. Okay, there we go. All right, guys, it's over 780 people up in here. Let's make sure we are doing all of the good things. What I'm doing is while Simhar is here, I'm keeping our gift goal low. So we can go ahead and knock those out. But the main thing is, let's make sure we are showing her all of the love. We're almost there to the goal of 5,000 coins. So let's make sure we do that. Show her all of the love while she's here. Again, she is from Eritrea. I hope I said that right. All right, Eritrea. I said it wrong. Damn it. Mel, where are you? Okay. And then also, she's currently in Libya, stuck in Libya, and she's taking care, of course, her family and everything that we gift her here on this app. She uses those monies to actually buy necessities, food, and things like that. So please, show love and just take care of Simhar while she's here. And let's just keep doing all of the good things, guys. And make sure you're also following Jeff. All right, and showing him love, and show the backup some love while you're here. When I say the love, just follow the backup account. I appreciate you all. I'm going on mute. My name is Benny, and I ain't in it.
What up, Jasleen? How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing great. So what you got with affirmative action that you're going to teach me?
So my thing is that, I understand, Black people have gone through a lot, but I don't think that it's okay to implement another racist system that, lets people in based on race. I don't think that makes our society any more fair, and I don't think it solves any real problems. It only creates more.
Okay, awesome. So how is affirmative action letting people in based on race?
Okay, so there's multiple studies that have, shown that Black people get in on lower test scores. So there's one Princeton study. Think it was done by it was like Thomas something, and pretty much what it showed was one of the things was like SAT score advantages. So a Black applicant with like a 1300 SAT would have similar admission odds with like a white applicant who had a 1530. Now that's a pretty crazy difference, and this data was taken from numerous universities across the country, and yeah.
And you think that's a bad thing?
Of course, you're letting them in with lower test scores based on race. That's terrible.
Awesome. I feel you. I would think it's a bad thing too. Now, let me ask you this. Where was the last time that you went to anywhere, public or private, and complained about the difference in funding between white schools and black schools?
Absolutely. And I think that's a huge problem that we have in America. We're a total classist society. We need to get rid of legacy. And the way that schools are funded is absolute garbage. The way that it's deprived from property tax, I think, is BS. You know, if you look, I think this is what really needs to happen.
Pause for a second.
Hold
for a second, Jasmine.
Yeah.
Pause for a second. You're sounding like you're at a beauty pageant, and that's not answering my question. Do you remember my question?
Yeah, and I'm
What was
explaining it to you.
What was my question?
You were saying about the funding at a lot of these like public
That doesn't
schools.
sound like a question. Can you formulate what I asked you in the form of a question?
Okay, so do you want me to respond to it, or what do you want me to do?
Well, before we respond to it, we have to know what we're responding to. So what is the question I asked you? What question do you think that you're answering right now?
The way that schools are funded.
The way that schools are funded is a sentence. So that's the confusing part. That's probably on me. Sometimes I speak fast. Sometimes I speak too slow. It's like, the porridge. So I'm gonna repeat the question. When was the last time that you took a stand on the change or the difference in funding between black schools and white schools?
Right now.
Okay, so before right now, have you done that?
I mean, within my school, or like
No,
just.
I said.
I mean, I've talked about it with family members,
Let's
friends.
expand.
If that counts.
Let's narrow.
I mean, I'm
wanna
not
be
like Charlie
specific.
Kirk over here. Like,
Hold on. I want to be specific. I want to be very specific. When was the last time that you had a conversation about this within the confines of planet Earth?
Last week.
Okay, talk to me about that. How did that conversation go?
Okay, so I was visiting family in Seattle, and then we were talking about a lot of things. We were talking about things about like Trump and all this stuff. And one of the things that I was saying is that America is totally classist. And I think that the funding system is garbage. And they agreed with me. And I said, legacy needs to go, affirmative action needs to go.
Okay.
And yeah, we were just talking about all sorts of things like that.
And you think that when there's a disparity in funding between black schools and white schools, that's classist?
Yes, because the funding isn't based on race in current day America. That's not what it's on.
Oh, it is, but you think it's
that's
classist.
how it was in the past, not in current day America. They're not just not giving money to schools because black students go there. That's not what's happening.
So then, what is it based on?
It's based on I think it's schools aren't they funded by like property tax or something like that?
Some of them are. Some
yeah.
of them.
Okay. So see, that's like
wait. We'll get there. Don't jump ahead, because this is lazy thinking. I want to teach you how to be a good thinker. Since you taught me some stuff, I'm going to do the idea exchange, okay? So property taxes are based on what?
Property value.
Okay. And property values are assessed how?
On the market, supply and demand. Like how much demand there is.
No, that's not how property values are assessed. How old are you, Jasmine?
21.
21. Have you ever purchased a house?
Nope.
Right. Do you know what a property appraiser is?
Nope. Is he someone that just like determines the value of a property?
Well, it can be. There are different types of appraisers. There are private appraisers, and there are public appraisers. Like a county could have an appraiser for the purposes of taxes.
Mm-hmm.
Would it surprise you to know that black houses typically get appraised for far less than their white comparable counterpart houses?
Are you taking into account that black people live in higher degrees of poverty than white people? Like if you look at the median.
I'm gonna say the sentence again, because the sentence I said answered that question.
I know, but you're not taking.
I'm just gonna hold on. Stop, Jasleen. Pause for a second. I want you to really listen to what I said. would it surprise you to know that black houses typically get appraised for far less than their comparable? Do you know what that word means?
I don't believe that that's true. That's not.
I don't believe that that's true. Okay, cool. Based on what do you not believe that that's true?
Because that would be racist. And you're telling me
Hold
you're
on.
telling
No,
me
no.
they're deciding property value.
Pause.
Hold on. Okay, so hold on. Let me explain this to you.
Stop.
How would you even
Jasleen.
define comparable? How would you? Okay. All right. Hold on.
Jasleen, stop. Right now, you're there's a thing going on in your brain where you're like fighting this. You don't believe it because that would be racist is a fallacy, right? You're just saying it's not possible because I already
You
believe
didn't let
my
me say my
conclusion is
second
true.
piece of reasoning.
Yeah, but
which was a stronger piece.
we're gonna well look, you would start with the stronger piece and get to the weaker one.
Yeah.
We're going one thing at a time. So you acknowledge that the first one is a fallacy, yes?
Sure.
Okay, cool. What's the second piece of reasoning?
The second piece is that I'm not really sure comparable. How would you define comparable? Like in
Okay.
what you're saying, how are they defining what comparable is?
Sure.
Like
okay.
if you're
Ready.
like, how would you
Hold
really
on.
like?
Jasleen, I'm going to answer that question. But I want you to know that that's also a fallacy.
How is that a fallacy?
That's called an incredulity fallacy. That's just your lack of imagination. So before I tell you how they would define comparable, are you telling me that you couldn't imagine how the real estate market, probably the second biggest linchpin to our economy next to oil, right? The real estate market, you're telling me that you couldn't imagine how they would assess comparability between houses?
No, I'm questioning the study and how they would assess comparability.
Sure. Okay. Socioeconomic status, the amenities of the house, all of the things that you can find. Like this isn't, you don't even
But
need
they look at like
clearance.
crimes in the area and
All of that.
all these
Yes.
things.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting that you would focus on crimes as if black neighborhoods inherently have more crime, which isn't true. But again, if it's a black neighborhood and a white neighborhood and they're comparable.
I mean, statistically, is that not true?
What?
Predominantly black African American neighborhoods commit higher amounts of crime than white neighborhoods.
Based on what is that true?
I mean, you can just look this up. Are you disagreeing with that?
I'm asking you, what are you basing it on?
It's just statistics. I can't name the site off the top of my head, but I know that's true.
But what statistics? Like here, I'll
labeled
throw the
it.
olive branch first. The appraisal thing, you can find it on Pew Research, you can find it on Brookings, and you can find it on the FHA, which is just how the government catalogs these things. You can also find their commentaries on it, just saying, "Hey, that's crazy that we do that. We didn't know that," and then they keep doing it. So I've given you those right off the top of my head. What statistic says that the thing of the bullshit you just said?
All right, so could I have a second to just go and search it up because I know that it exists. I just don't know these things off the top of my head. I mean, so I can do that?
I'm sure.
All right, thanks.
Yep, Jeff, you having fun?
This is great. I'm waiting for the part where I start learning stuff.
I know, because so far it seems like you've been the one teaching. Yeah, that's what it seems like. You're even teaching him how to like engage in debate. So there's that.
I just like uncovering idiocy.
Yeah.
And then pointing at it and laughing. The point and laugh is going to come in like, I'm going to guess 5 minutes.
I can't wait. And I'm going to tell the chat, hey, chat, point and laugh. I am. I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
Right. Until then, let me just do this here. Thank you so very much over on the tube to Lil G Thunder. Hey, Lil G. Lil G sent 10 and said, love watching these. Much love. Much love back to you. Thank you so very much, friend. I appreciate you. Drop some hearts in the chat for Lil G, y'all. All right. Because what the fuck are we doing here? What are we doing? I don't know anymore. I really don't. And also, thank you so much to Joshua. Joshua, thank you so very much. Oh, it's you. Hi. Thank you so much. I didn't see the first part. I'm so sorry. Let me see here. Would you turn the guest down? See, the thing is, I don't know. I'm going to have to ask Hector how to do that because of the fact it's like I play around with the sound things, right? And nothing happens. I'm either too low or I'm too loud, and I'm trying to find out how to be perfect in regards to the sound thing. So we'll figure it out. I'm just gonna ask Hector how he does his, and just to have him send me a screenshot. So there's that. But yeah, but one that you didn't mention, but I think you may have actually. There is a study that was done by Freddie Mac, and it actually talks about the gaps, the racial and ethnic valuation gaps in home purchase appraisals. This study was done in 2021.
Yeah.
Pretty
The funny
sad.
thing, Erica, is that
Mhm.
every time they find it out, they have a collective, oh, wow, we're doing that? That's crazy. We got to fix it. And then they
Okay,
just wait
so
around until the next
One
I
study.
moment.
found
I know
about
you
like
heard
3
us
pieces of
talking.
evidence.
Hey, I know you heard us talking. Like, be for real. You heard us talking. Come on. Anywho, what were you saying,
I
Jeff?
was
Because I
kind of
couldn't hear
tuning it
you.
out.
So, yeah, then they just sit around in an office and wait until the next study where they realize they're still doing it.
Exactly.
It's crazy.
Just keep waiting.
So,
It's a vicious cycle.
Jazz, can I
Mhm.
call you Jazz? I'm going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
What's the title of the first study?
Neighbor racial comparison. Yeah. By PMC.
Did you say PMC? So M as in
I mean,
Mike, or
could you want me to type
PMC?
the link in
You
the
don't have to type the link. Is it
in the box?
PMC? So Paul Mike Charlie, or Paul November Charlie? Because
You
PMC
can
is a
just
big.
type this in. Just type in PMC dot. Okay.
So,
NC.
neighborhood, are you saying neighborhood racial comparison?
Yes, neighborhood racial comparison. This is like
Or is it neighborhood racial composition?
composition and comparison. You'll look and you'll see.
All right.
Read it.
Let's just see if I'm in the right place. I just want to know, because sometimes, I get a little bit of the neurospiciness. So this word I'm in agreement with. This word is neighborhood, right? You with me so far?
Oh, let me make you on the
Yeah.
screen.
All right. This one is racial. Yes.
I don't think you're on the right source. Hold
Okay.
on.
Who is the person who wrote the thing that you're giving me?
Carl
So
Van
he's at
VACHUSKA.
C. Carl Van. Say the name. Actually, you know what? Give me the PM ID.
389 35204.
All right. So what we've got here is this word again. You see that funny word? Neighborhood.
Mhm.
It's a funny word, right? Less funny word, racial. You got it?
Mhm.
What word is this one?
Composition.
So it's not comparison, it's composition.
Okay, so read the rest. Notice how read the rest.
I'll read it. Neighborhood racial composition and unequal exposure to violent crime in everyday contexts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What does this say?
Well, firstly, it's showing racial composition, and it's showing the unequal exposure to violent crime between the two neighborhoods. And it's going to give everyday. It's going to give context.
Do you know what you just did?
What?
I'm going to tell you how much, like, there's two aspects to my personality. The first one is the steel trap mind, and I'm going to show that to you right now. You did what people who haven't read the book do, and then they just restate stuff from the title. You just reread the title.
Okay, dude.
It would be like if I was
want
to
get
say,
into what this study actually shows? Or
well,
you just
that's what
wanna
I
just,
asked you.
run
Hold on.
around?
I don't know why it is that you're interrupting now. This is uncivilized. I asked you, what does the study say? And then you restated the title to me. It would be like if Erica said to me, what was that book about? And I said, it's a book about a black boy and his name is Richard Wright. Obviously, I didn't read it, right? So what is this study? I'm going to ask you the question again, because maybe it wasn't clear the first time I asked it. What does the study say?
It's comparing different types of neighborhoods based on racial markup and how likely they are to encounter violent crime.
What does it say specifically?
What do you want? Do you want me to read the title? What do you want me to do?
No, you read the title already. I read the title. You summarized the
Okay,
title.
so
We know what the
what do you want
title
me to
tells us.
do?
Tell me what the conclusion is. Did you read the study?
Yes. So the
Okay,
conclusion
so
shows that
this should be an
people,
easy question. I don't know why this is taking so long. Tell me what it says.
okay. So people living in near 100% black neighborhoods were 46% more likely to encounter violent crime in their surroundings, such as like near their homes, on the streets, daily activities, things such as that. And this is also backed up by FBI crime statistics. It matches up.
Okay, great. Now, how does the FBI measure this?
Well, what I meant is that it matches up is because you obviously know about the crime statistics among blacks versus among whites. And this sort of just makes sense based on that because we know that blacks commit a higher amount of crimes per capita than whites.
I'm just going to ask my question again.
Mhm.
How does the FBI collect this data?
Based on crimes.
Are you sure?
How else are they tracking crime statistics?
You think they just track crime statistics by saying, "What's the crime?" and the numbers pop out?
Okay,
What are they
if they're showing crime statistics, like
what are they
else would
looking
they?
at?
What else are they evaluating?
But how
Like
do they gather the crime statistics?
based on crimes.
Where do they get this information?
From the police, from the government.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what you're saying is that the FBI goes to the police and they get information. Do you know what information they get?
In regards to this one, crime statistics.
What specific crime statistics do they get?
What do you mean? They're looking at crime here. What do you mean specifically?
All right.
What
Hold
are
on.
you talking about?
I might have to resurrect an old piece of merch. I don't even know if I have this on my store anymore. I probably should. I should. If I took it off, that's my bad, because this should always. Oh, I still have it. Here you go. All right. So I'm going to tell you your line. Okay. Uh, sis, can I have the big screen again?
Most definitely you can. Let me do this here.
All right. So you see this, my logo here. It says this is the end of a species logo, and it says read your cue card. You want to see your cue card? You want to see your cue
Sure,
card?
bro.
Read your cue card.
Okay, what does it say? I don't know.
That's the right answer.
There you
Perfect.
go.
All right.
So
Love
what
it.
am I wrong
right.
about? Do
So
they not
here's
check
what
in with
happens.
police
I don't know.
departments and the
Hold on.
police?
You gave the answer already. I don't need the extra question. I'm about to tell you. If you don't know, you asking me a question is weird. You don't even know what question to ask. So there are two systems. One called the UCR, and then it was transferred over to NIBRS. I have a suspicion of why they chose that specific acronym, because when you say it really fast, it sounds like another word. But NIBRS, right? Whoever wants that shirt, you can just get it on endofaspecies.com.
Professional victims. Oh my God. Did you
Professional
really just say
victims.
that?
Wait, time out. Hold on. Are you the one that's guessing at crime statistics and then complaining that I'm stopping you to teach you, or was that me?
Because you're just trying to draw things and you're just trying to make me.
I'm just going to ask my question again.
Yeah.
Are you the one that's guessing at the statistics and then complaining when I'm teaching them to you, or is that
How
me
am I
doing that?
guessing at the statistics? What are you
Okay,
talking about?
simple. I'm going to ask you the question one final time before I tell you. How does the FBI gather the statistics?
By getting the information from police departments.
What information do they get?
Crime data.
Specifically, what crime data?
What are you talking about?
Exactly. See, there we go. All
What
right,
are you,
stop. Wait,
dude?
hey, it's
They're
okay.
looking.
Look, stop.
They're publishing
Stop.
something based on crime data.
No, stop.
And they're getting
stop.
crime data sent to you by the
Mark,
police.
I'm gonna.
And you're saying what kind?
Here's a
You
catchphrase.
gotta
Hey,
calm
marshmallow
down.
brain. I'm
Like,
about to tell you.
chill.
Relax, take a breath. So there's a system called the UCR and there's a system called NIBRS. And what happens is that the police, not all the precincts, but the ones that voluntarily report to the system, they report arrest data and very, very light demographic data. Some of the demographic data includes clearance rates. Do you know what the FBI considers a clearance rate?
Nope.
Okay, great. See, now we're getting somewhere. Isn't this fun?
He's learning. That's great.
So if the police suspect someone of committing a crime and then that person leaves the jurisdiction, within the statistics, the FBI considers that case closed. Now, Jasleen, do you consider that case closed?
If they leave the district.
So the police are doing an investigation
Mm-hmm.
and they have a suspicion that that person over there, Fred, committed a crime,
Mm-hmm.
the crime that they're investigating. But they don't get to arrest Fred to ask him any questions. He leaves and they go, all right, this is now a cold case. And they report that to the FBI and the FBI says, I consider that case cleared. Do you consider it cleared?
No.
Cleared meaning solved.
Nope.
Okay, cool. Now, if you were to count the arrests in the UCR or NIBRS and compare it to the total crimes in any metric, how many of them do you think cross the 50% threshold of arrests to crime?
I'm not sure.
It would be probably like 1 or 0. As far as violent crime, none of them. Red rum comes close, but it's usually somewhere in between 45 and
So
48.
wouldn't that affect both races?
No. No.
So why does it only affect one but not the others?
No, I didn't. No. It affects one more than the other.
Why is that?
Because how do you arrest someone in a place where the police aren't?
You can't.
Okay, great. So the reason that it affects one more than the other is because in black neighborhoods, typically there are more police.
I'm not sure. I don't agree with that statement.
Okay, cool. So
It's
then
not.
explain
See,
to-
police
so there's two
being
things.
in those
Stop,
neighborhoods.
stop.
It's not based on race.
No,
It's
no,
based
look,
because
we're-
more crimes are.
That's fine. We will explore that.
It's a
So we're gonna-
circular
we're-
thing to say they're
that's
not there
fine.
because
No,
of their
no,
race.
no,
They're there
listen,
because of
stop.
the crimes
You're getting
being
to
committed.
Jasleen, are you a lazy motherfucker?
He is a lazy motherfucker.
I mean, you
Tap,
just
tap,
made
tap
a
the screen.
circular
Tap, tap, tap.
argument.
That wasn't
What was-
circular.
Hey, look, if you want to get philosophical, I can. What was the circular argument?
Okay, so the argument that you were making is that it
Mhm.
was only affecting blacks because there are more police in black neighborhoods. Okay, but that makes no sense. They're in those
Wait,
neighborhoods.
hold on.
Okay.
What do you take a circular argument to be?
I'd say something that you're just defending with, other evidence that's supporting that other evidence. Like,
Okay, so you just have an idiosyncratic view of circularity. Okay, no. Circularity, I'm going to give you a half technical definition, right? It would be like a begging the question fallacy if my premises were parasitic on their conclusion. Do you know what that means?
nope.
That would mean that I'm assuming my conclusion to be true. I'm not doing that. I'm going to ask
Isn't
you a
it
couple of I'm going to ask you for a couple of things. The first one is, can you explain to me why stop and frisk catches contraband at equal rates across races, but is applied more to black people?
What do you mean? Can you explain that more? I don't know.
Sure. Which part of the sentence was unclear?
So you're saying that people of all races, they're stopped.
I just want to know which part of the sentence was unclear.
So could you just repeat that to me in another way? I was just kind of confused.
Sure. Stop and frisk
Mhm.
is disproportionately applied to black people, but finds contraband at similar rates across all races. Explain that.
What's the proof for that?
The very same data that you're citing. Any data from the DOJ, any data from the FBI.
So if I go look at the percentages of people that are based on race of contraband that is caught based on frisking, I'll see that it's the same.
Within a couple of percentage points of each other. Yeah. But can you
So
explain
so
that?
how much percentage points? Because I mean, she was the
When I
same
say
one
a
who made an
couple,
argument based on like
when I
how
say a
much, like a
couple,
few decimals.
when
So
I say a couple of percentage points, it might be 1 or 2, and it's usually in black people's favor. But can you explain that is the question?
explain what?
Oh,
I don't know,
perfect.
maybe
So
because
then let's go on to more
you
to
conveniently leaved out the few decimal by a few decimals. I don't know
no, I
why
said a
you would do
couple of
that.
percentage points. And when I say it's in black people's favor, meaning they find the contraband more, the hit rate is higher among other non-black races.
Is this based on like per capita, or is this just
Do you know what a rate is?
okay? I'm asking per capita. Is it
Do you
based
see
on
this,
like
chat? Do you see what just
per
happened?
percentage of the population?
Chat
Like,
understands what happens.
because I mean, if you look
Erica
and
understands what happens.
okay,
I said it's a rate, and you said, is it per capita, which happens to be a rate. It's like you're confused. In the
all
time when
right.
you were looking for the
You're fucking
studies,
with his racist narrative here. All right, that's what you're doing. You're fucking with his racist narrative. All right, I'm just here to grift at this point because what the fuck, Jeff? All right, he just not on you 3 times in a row, Jeff, but he doesn't know anything. All right, he doesn't know anything.
I'm just
So-
wondering if when he went to look for the study, like he thought the study was like a physical thing, and he went and tripped and fell and hit his head, and maybe he has a concussion right now.
Possibly.
How many fingers am I holding up, Jesleen?
Because he ain't confused. Like someone just in the chat said he's not confused. He's not confused. He's just racist. That's all. And you are fucking with his narrative right now because he knows that you're making sense. So that's all that this is.
How many fingers am I holding up, Jesleen?
I mean, couldn't it be because those areas are where there's more crime and those are predominantly black areas?
But he did
No,
ask
but
you a
how many?
question.
You don't think that could be a
How many-
reasoning for it?
No, because the evidence doesn't support that.
Well, I just showed you evidence that shows that black neighborhoods commit more crimes than white neighborhoods. And you could look for a piece of reasoning for this for why blacks are stopped. Hold on, dude, you got to let me explain.
No, I'm not going to let you explain. I'm going to tell you why I'm not going to let you explain, Jazz. You're rewinding the tape. We did this already. So now I'm really concerned.
I'm explaining this. You got to let me explain.
What was my analysis of the evidence that you showed me?
I mean, you disregarded and you hopped onto another piece.
I disregarded it? So when I was teaching you about the UCR, what was the other system's name again?
No clue.
Oh, great. And when I was telling you that there was a clearance rate, do you remember that conversation? What day of the week is it, Jesleen?
Dude, like, what are you trying to do with these conversations? Like, you're just trying
what
to,
I'm trying to do, I told you, look, I said it to Erica. I'm trying to expose idiocy. Has it been 5 minutes yet? Should we point and laugh? You're an idiot.
I mean,
Jesleen.
you're not letting me explain. You're not letting me explain why blacks are frisked more. And I'm telling you, it's because in the neighborhoods.
And then also,
it's because in the neighborhoods that
shushies, I'm talking. All right, we want to make
you're
sure
not letting me explain because you know that I'm right.
You're not letting me explain. I'll let you get it off. All right, you'll be able to get off in just a moment. All right, and it's black people, not blacks. Thank you very much. Trying to get Simhar her galaxies because we want to get her over 10,000 coins. All right, and then also, guys, $50, $50. All right, I dropped the price. I want to let you all know that. Let you all know. Links are in the bio.
All right, so can I explain now?
Not
or
ASB to Simhar. All right, there we go.
So, Jazz, I'm going to show you the second part.
Hold on. Can I talk now?
No.
Why can't I talk?
Because I'm going to show you the
why this is
I want
thing.
you to stop.
And it's because these neighborhoods commit more.
Yeah, you said that already, though.
Yes. So what's your thoughts on that?
You're not explaining anything else to us. You already said that.
You're not letting me explain. You're constantly muting me. Let me explain.
Jazz, stop talking. I'm going to show you the second part of my brain now, and that's the prophecy part. You're going to say they commit more crime. I'm going to say, how do you know that? And you're going to say the FBI statistics. And I'm going to say, we went over that already. Remember when we said they were incomplete?
No, I'm
And we did a
not.
whole
This is why
mathematically
I'm saying,
analysis?
let me
And
explain.
then,
You're drawing conclusions off things
hold
I've
on,
never said.
you have to
Let
hear
me
the whole
explain.
prophecy, Jazz. You're
Hey,
Okay.
here's
you're
what's gonna
actually
happen.
Dude,
acting.
prophecy, what
Hey,
are you
Jeff,
talking about?
Jeff is a prophet.
Your
I don't know if
your
you knew that.
prophecy, be
Hey,
serious,
you
dude.
don't have to try to contest that. He's actually going to show you. So allow Jeff to finish his prophecy. Then what I'm going to do as the host, I'm going to give you the floor so you can explain. All right. I do hope that you have some empirical data to back up what it is that you're going to claim. Okay. All right. I hope so. And then we're just going to go from there, and we're going to watch Jeff's prophecy come to light. Okay. All right.
So
Go ahead.
I'm going to say, how do you know? And you're going to say the crime statistics. The crime statistics are going to lead us right back to the FBI where we were 5 minutes ago. And then we're going to do the same dance where I show you that they're incomplete again, right?
Nope,
And then we're
we're
going to be
not
right
looking
back
at
here.
FBI statistics. We're
So
looking at the
now,
crimes committed in neighborhoods.
all we have to do now, all you have to do now is not do what I just said you were going to do.
Perfect.
So let's start with this. How do you know they commit more crime?
I'm talking about in reference to their neighborhoods.
Yes. How do you
Like,
know they commit more crime?
well, I just showed you the piece of evidence that I'm using.
Which is the piece of evidence? Let's look at the piece of evidence again.
Yeah, you just search it up. Remember the one I told you, the
PubMed
PMID
article?
Yeah.
Okay, the one that says that they are based on, what was their basis again for the crime data that they used?
Racial composition.
Racial composition is in the is
What do
in
you
the
mean? For what they were
title.
looking at, like the crimes?
Where did they get their crime data from?
It was just on crimes reported.
But where did they get that data?
I can search it up. Just give me like 1 sec just to where that is.
Mm-hmm.
This is fun, Jeff.
This is great.
This is so much fun. This is so much fun. I'm not gonna hold. I'm having a time of my fucking life right now. Also, Jeff, there's some guy in the comments like, let me talk to Jeff. Let me talk to Jeff. He even sent Simhar 3 galaxies because he really wants to talk to you for some reason, Jeff. I think did you hurt his feelings before? His name is Primo, not Primo. Ever heard of him?
Not really. No.
Okay. I didn't think so. Okay. This is hilarious to me. I'm sorry.
Okay, so for in regards to the crimes, it was from the city of Chicago.
This nationwide study is just based on crimes in the city of Chicago?
Yeah, this was one study. I can name you more.
Wait. The study that you and I are, the piece of evidence you gave me.
Yeah.
Is just based on the city of Chicago.
I mean, I think it's from the area surrounding.
And where did they get
the metro area?
Where did they get that data?
From the police.
Does it say that?
Yep.
Where does it say that?
Crime records. Let me scroll down. 1 sec.
We have hold music, Jeff.
Ooh.
And we do have a dance with it and everything. You gotta bob your head or something. I don't know. This is
from Chicago. Crime records published by the Chicago Police Department.
Does that say 30 next to it?
What do you mean, like the sentence?
No, the footnote, the reference.
Yeah.
Okay. Where does that 30 go?
Got it?
Bruh.
It's taking me to some table. Hold on. Yeah. So what about it?
What table does it take you to?
It says correlation between variables.
It should take you to a study that says comparing mobility and spatial pathways in the hourly prediction of violent crime.
Well, that's how they're determining like how these people are getting around,
No,
like in the
This has-
neighborhoods.
this has nothing to do with the people getting around.
Well, then what do you mean?
This is a blunder on your part. This is just you hearing a title and saying mobility. It's just talking about how people are moving.
But it's also giving statistics on crimes that are committed in white neighborhoods versus black neighborhoods.
No, that's not what this is doing.
That's not what this study is doing.
No.
So it doesn't say that anywhere.
Look,
It doesn't
this is
say
where you
that.
should be. This right here is where you should be. Comparing mobility and spatial pathways in the hourly prediction of violent crime. This is not a racial study.
Hold
This
on.
actually-
Where are you? You're on the wrong study? Oh my god.
No, I'm not.
The neighborhood, racial composition,
Hey,
and unequal exposure
hey,
to violent
marshmallow
crime in
brain.
everyday
Chill out,
context.
boy.
Hey, marshmallow brain. You see 30 here? That's
Yeah.
what 30 is. And when you go to 30, it goes to this study. This is where we're at. This doesn't have racial data, though. You see that? This is a
Nope.
review of how to use data to predict where crime may be later.
Where
Hourly.
even are you going? Where is it even from? Just like the reference list? You're just clicking on one piece of the reference list and you're like trying to like claim this is invalid?
Marshmallow brain. I'm clicking
Like,
on the
I
reference.
clicked on the 30
I don't know why
and
you're
it's showing me
talking.
a summary of statistics.
I do not know why you're
Like I
talking
can
right
show
now.
them if you want.
I do not know why you're talking right now. Stop talking. It's number 30. I asked you if that was number 30. I just showed you number 30, and this is where it goes.
Hey, I'm gonna make myself bigger for a moment. Time out, guys. Time out. Hey, welcome in, Swan Raid. Welcome in, Swan Raid. I appreciate you all so very much. Hi, Swan. Hey, love. All right, if you are new here, all right, make sure that you are doing all of the good things, guys. All of the good things. And we have a Parker Raid too. Welcome in, Parker Raid. All right, make sure you guys are following the backup account. All right, that's the purple one down below. And also, if you look in the top left hand, this way. I do this every single time. Top left hand corner of your screen, and it says follow. By all means, make sure that you are following me, and then send your daily heart me. It gives you access to some pretty cool stickers. So let's do that. Oh, that is so pretty, Swan. That was so pretty. All right, awesome. Drop some hearts in the chat for Swan, y'all. Also, while you're here, let's just do all of the good things. Tap the screen, share and repost the live. If you'd like to support me, support the stream, the links are in the bio. Everything with Erica is the name, PayPal and Venmo. Also have a Zelle, everything with Erica9@gmail.com. All right, and we got Simhar over the 10,000. Simhar is here until you guys get rid of Jasleen. All right, so we are working on that. I actually kept the price low. I did say that yesterday's price is not today's price, but it works out for your benefit. All right, it's only $50. So there's that. All right, because Jasleen's not smart. He is really afraid to say where they got these stats from, but I'm gonna let Jeff
I
do
just
this.
told you
No,
from
you
the
didn't.
Chicago police.
No, you didn't. Because then you got to tell us what they
That's
got.
literally
stats
what I've been
from.
saying. You guys are
Yeah,
just
buddy, we
muting me
know.
this
We
entire
know.
time.
We know, buddy.
I don't
We
know
know.
where
We
I don't know where
we
you
know.
guys
For
are
a
even trying to go with
nationwide
this. We
study,
went from
they got
affirmative
all of the
actions,
stats
you guys
from
going down this rabbit hole.
one place. They got it from
All
one
right.
place for a nationwide study. We get it. All right, Jeff, you got it. This is so much fun. Also, make sure you're following Jeff, and I have to work on getting that shirt. Okay, there we go. Keep doing all the good
I mean, I
things,
told you
guys.
this is just one
Oh,
piece of
actually,
evidence.
my bad. Shout out to Colleen for the 5. Colleen said, so young, ignorant, and racist. Yes, a very astute observation, because that's what he is. All right,
Definitely,
also,
I'm
shout out
definitely
to
racist,
Gucci
even
for
though
the
I'm trying to get rid of
5.
affirmative.
All right, I appreciate you, Gucci. Draw some hearts in the chat for Gucci and for Colleen there. All right, and then let's see here if we got anything. Let's see here. Shout out to, let me see, make sure I can say your name. Shout out to Maya for the 15. Maya said, please kick Jasleen, but before you do, tell him I said, keep Chicago out his bigoted whitewash mouth. I just did. Keep Chicago out of your motherfucking mouth. All right? There
Or
you go.
what?
All right? You got to ask her. She from the Shy. All right. Also, shout out to, let me check, say your name.
You're
Shout out
really
to
scary.
Jessica
That's
for
all I
the
gotta say there.
$5. Jessica sent 5 and said for the kick fund. There we go. All right, guys. So if I'm doing my math right, that's 20 to 10. All right, we're at $30. 30. So we only need $20 away from getting him the fuck up out of here while he keeps obfuscating the point. You're walking right
How are
into
you
it.
obfuscating? How am I
You
obfuscating? We went from affirmative action to this,
boom. There you
and
go.
you guys are
Because it's all
denying that it's
connected,
based on Chicago
stupid.
crime
It's all
statistics.
connected. Go ahead, Jeff. Can we
Okay,
point and
so
laugh yet? Damn.
no, we've been pointing and laughing.
I mean, we're pointing and laughing at your party and how they lost in a landslide. But anyways,
wait, which party?
a Democrat party.
I'm not a Democrat.
Okay. I mean,
So-
what is she? Is she a Democrat?
I don't know.
Not a Democrat.
All right.
You
so
didn't support Kamala Harris or anything?
Just because
I
you
don't know who that
support
is.
a candidate doesn't make you a Democrat.
I mean,
need you to
she's
learn
that
how words
DEI
work.
candidate.
There you go. Oh, Jeff, he wants to try to pivot. Go ahead, Jeff. Finish him.
I can let
Okay.
it pivot.
I mean, we can play these games all we want.
You want?
I
Hold on.
mean,
Do you want to go back to affirmative action and DEIA?
no, I mean,
Because you brought us here.
I mean,
us
we
here,
can
right?
continue to talk about this study, but I'm just
Listen,
saying we went from affirmative action to this.
Listen, you brought us here when you denied the reason that homeowners' appraisals are different. This is your racism, not mine.
Yeah, because you're talking about how schools were funded.
Yeah, and I'm asking you if you've ever looked at how homeowners or how homes get appraised, right? And you assume that black people's homes get appraised for less because black people are just criminals?
No, you're not hearing what I'm saying. Because these neighborhoods that a lot of black people live in, it's not because of their race. It's not their race that is making these people commit these more crimes. It's just that black people live in neighborhoods that commit more crimes than white neighborhoods. And that's statistically backed up.
Okay, show me that. You haven't shown me that.
This is literally showing you this. This is based on the Chicago crime statistics, and it's showing you in black and white neighborhoods, there is what was it? I think it was it was a little bit above a 50% increase in, the amount of crimes that would be committed in these neighborhoods. And, I don't know, you're trying to say this prophecy garbage. I don't know what that's even about.
Well, you're refusing to admit where a nationwide study would get the data. That's on you. That's not on me.
I mean, I brought up one study, and I don't know. You want me to find you another one, another nationwide one, or?
Well, where would any nationwide study get their data from?
From each state, from all the cities, from their police departments.
Why would they do that when there's a centralized location that has that information already?
I mean, I don't know. There's not one way to do everything.
Yeah. Well, none of them have a complete data set.
Okay. So that could also be affecting white people too. This doesn't just disproportionately affect black people, it affects all races.
I didn't look. I'm just looking at the data set you gave me. That's not even part of my argument, because already when I told you about the appraisals, I said they're looking at comparable houses. That was the first sentence. You did all of this.
Yeah, because that claim about comparable neighborhoods, it's not true.
Okay, cool. So you're saying that when Brookings says they look at comparable neighborhoods, they're just stupid.
Well, a lot of media sources give, perspective-based studies. Totally. Especially something such as an appraisal, like the value of a house, that's totally perspective-based.
What is Brookings?
I'm not sure.
They're an institute. They do research for a living. So they're not
their
a media
perspective
source.
in their studies, especially in regards to something such as defining the value of a house. You don't think that's perspective-based?
What do you mean when you say perspective-based?
Such as that, you have if we were to evaluate a house, you would have a different opinion on the value than I would, and so would she. Like, that's what I mean. Like, there's perspective and like bias into all these things,
Bias.
especially when it's something that's subjective,
Okay.
such as like the value of a house.
The
Well,
value of a house isn't supposed to be subjective, though. They're actually supposed to be
yeah.
objective. And if you really
Okay, so
look
it's
into
not
the study,
subjective
it actually
to like
tells you
buyers or
that the
anything.
appraiser is supposed to be objective. Yet the studies have shown that they, in fact, are not
Okay, so
objective.
hold on.
So
If
there's that part. But I want to
if
tell
if
you
house
something.
value,
Excuse me.
hold
I
on.
haven't been able
Okay.
to actually. I just want to
Oh
speak.
God.
Okay, good. God, good googly
You notice he's
moogly.
been talking to me this whole time, and he only has that guttural sound when a black woman speaks.
Yeah, like this dude. Good grief. I just want to tell you something.
Oh my
You
God.
say, I don't hate you.
Right.
I just hate all of the choices that you make. Because those are the choices that bitch ass niggas make.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. So,
That's all. That's all. Good day, sir. All right. You have a day. Not even a good day. Just have a day. All right. Fucking ridiculous. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. Elizabeth was sick of his shit, and Elizabeth sent 20 and said, drop the racist. Shout out to Elizabeth. Oh, and Elizabeth, you're the same person. Elizabeth, I want to let you know that I did transfer that over this morning. What you did, like super early this morning, I transferred that over, so all is well. All right. Thank you so much. Drop some hearts in the chat for Elizabeth there. Also, shout out to Melanie. Melanie sent 5 and said, guess has proven that he's the DEI member on this panel. He was not smart. And also, shout out to Jotson Tittles. Hi, Jotson Tittles. All right. Oh, my God. No. But I do know someone who could. Jotson Tittles said, you need to start selling some leashes and collars the way y'all dog walk them. They would like that too much. I appreciate that. I do have a site, but they would enjoy that way too much.
Oh, I'm gonna say a W to. I don't want to say their. I don't know if I can say their name. I'm gonna say the first name.
Okay.
Shayna,
Okay.
for getting you the Q card, the end of a species Q card T-shirt.
Awesome.
So they won up. I hope you enjoy it, and just show it to people who don't know what the heck they talking about.
That is awesome. Drop some hearts in the chat to all of our donors, guys. Drop those hearts in the chat. Keep doing all of the good things, guys. All right, keep doing all of the good things. All right, Simhar, my love, thank you so very much for coming up. I appreciate you. And thank you to everyone who sent Simhar so love. You guys are friggin' awesome. Simhar, we're going to go ahead and let you down, love. But feel free to come back tomorrow or anytime next week, okay? I appreciate you. That was freaking awesome. Jeff, do you want to do one more? This guy is still in the request. I wanted to talk to you.
Sure.
Okay.
Why not?
Bet. All right.
I don't want verse 3 a stand though.
Oh, Lord. We'll have to see what happens. All right. But one thing, hold on one moment, Primo. Okay, guys. All right. Let's just keep doing all of the good things. All right. Drop some hearts in the chat for yourselves because y'all are friggin' awesome. Also, I think I did miss something over on the tube. Thank you to Mr. Melvin. Mr. Melvin sent a $5 super chat and said, let me see here. 47 has allowed all types of ignorant white supremacy to come from under the rocks and cracks of vile places without an iota of credibility. Good Lord, it's 2026. Yes, Mr. Melvin, that is a way to just tell them to read a book. Read a book. I really wish, is that song copyrighted? Because if not, I should put it on the soundboard. But with that being said, thank you all again. Drop some hearts in the chat, y'all. And if you'd like to support me, support the stream, the links are in the bio. Everything with Erica is the name, PayPal and Venmo. Also have a Zelle, everythingwitherica9@gmail.com. And if you are over on the tube, you can send a super chat. Thank you all so very much because everything is appreciated and most definitely accepted. And make sure that we are showing love to Jeff while he's here. All right. Make sure you light his coins up, his gifts up, do all of the good things. Check out the links in his bio. And I am going to try to do the shirt thing while we're right here. And thank you all so much. Primo, quick question. Are you a Trump supporter?
Yeah.
You are? Okay. TikTok purposes, how old are you?
37.
Okay, all right. And why are you still supporting Trump?
I feel like he's what we need to have a significant change.
What kind of change? This is
I
interesting.
thought he wasn't finished.
Oh, no, I'm finished.
What kind of
You
change
know,
then?
what kind of change is like a real change, like, you know, and I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to do this to y'all. Like, it might be trolling or whatever, but, he's a cancer, right? He's a
God, not
cancer that we
acceleration.
need. What? Acceleration. Okay, okay. That's perfect. Thank you. Thank you for saying that, because we have witnessed what has been done to us for over 1,000 years, 500 years, 300 years, whatever.
Let's say 5. But hold on one second.
Let's say 5. Okay,
Because I
let's do
don't
it.
think your answer. I'm going to tell you why your answer is not informative to me.
Yeah.
When I say
Mm-hmm.
what kind of change and you say a big change, that doesn't tell me what kind of change. It just tells me the degree.
Actually, okay. Let me make it more specific for you.
Okay.
A revolutionary change, an actual change in our community, an actual change in our environment,
Okay.
an actual change in our culture.
What would be
Dope.
those
So,
changes, though? Like,
what would be those changes?
Yes, what do those changes look like?
Those changes look like not arguing with people that are not informed, not arguing with people that don't read
Does
books,
that mean that I should
not
drop
arguing.
you?
I mean, if you feel like I'm that person, this is your platform.
You
I'm
said
not
you
gonna
wanted to
sit
talk to
here.
Jeff, but you came up
Yeah.
here on what you on, and I don't know
Okay,
why
so
you
let's
would
talk
want to
to
talk to
Jeff.
Jeff of all people.
Okay, let's talk to Jeff. I
What's
mean,
the,
you
so
can
so
do
you
whatever you
want
want to do.
a
And
revolution?
what I say to Simhar,
Uh,
I'm not reading the comments. I know you mentioned me in the comments. I'm not reading them. What I sent to Simhar was heartfelt. It don't
I
got
believe
nothing
you.
to do with that. And that's to you and your people.
Okay.
And I support that.
That's
And
what's
that's
up.
love. Peace.
So
All right,
so
so let's do it.
so real quick question. You believe in
hmm
in black revolution?
I believe in humanity revolution.
I'm gonna ask. Do you believe in black revolution?
Yes, I do.
All
Can I
right.
ask a question?
Sure.
Are you black?
Yeah, I'm black.
I bet. Let's go.
All right. What would be the first step to black revolution?
The first step to black revolution is not abiding by the litmus test that white people have made black people have to live up to, and not live up to themselves, right? Like, you just totally broke down this dude, Jolene, right? Whatever his name was, Jocelyn, whatever his name was. You totally broke him down, and we still argue with him for however many hours or minutes that you'll argue with him, right? Okay. And then when I came up here and I tried to state my position, it was, do I want you to do I want you to right? Okay, cool. Why are we arguing with people like that?
I'm gonna
Go
check my
ahead.
cue card. Education. That's what my cue card says. Education. I don't know what you was talking about. Look, you know why I argue with people like that? Like that dude.
Yeah.
I want to inflict harm psychologically on Yahtzees. You think that's a good idea?
No, because I don't think that they are mentally stable enough to have that harm inflicted on them. I feel
Of
like
course
they
they are.
have cue cards that they go by, that if they're not living up to that cue card, that it's all good. They have enough support behind them that they can be idiots and non-informed,
You never made a
that
Yahtzee
they can.
cry?
You said what?
You never made a Yahtzee cry?
Brings joy to my heart.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I made a Yahtzee cry, physically,
Man,
mentally, emotionally,
that's the
all of
point.
that.
It literally
Okay, so, but
it brightens my day
go
when it
ahead.
happens. Ooh, Superwoman.
Yeah, it does. But at the end of the day, it's like, now I'm sitting here taking my time arguing with somebody that is not informed, that doesn't know how to use statistics, that doesn't know how to use information that is given to them free. And what am I doing with my time?
I'm gonna
First
tell
of
you
all,
what we're
so
doing. Radicalizing. Here's the thing. There are 1,300 people in this live right now that are hearing me have a conversation with a not you, but when I was talking to that other guy, they were
yeah,
hearing me have a conversation with an idiot,
Yep.
right?
an idiot
He's an idiot, right? But
broke him down.
a lot of the people in the chat, they're under the impression that, hey, if we do a revolution, it's gonna be bad for us
Well,
because the other
what does
side is
bad
too
look like?
strong. It
What does
doesn't matter.
exactly?
Whatever
What does
bad looks
bad
like.
look like?
But hold on. Whatever bad looks like for each individual, they think it's gonna go bad. When they see that the people that are coming up here with the loudest voices are actually lemurs that have learned how to speak. They are macaques. They're orangutans. They're nothing, right? That
What's up?
realization, that's the first realization where it's like, hey, the
Yeah.
people we're going up against, they're lower primates. They're easy to chop down. The second one is one that happens when things like what happened with ICE over the past year happen. Is the fact that I don't care about white man law. I think white man law is BS. But a lot of people in my community, they're like, yeah, we got to be respectable. We got to follow the law. When they go low,
Exactly.
we go high, right?
All that.
And I have conversations with these Bammers where I say, hey, this is what your law says. You're supposed to do this. And you know what they say to me?
What?
They say, I don't care. They say them niggas did something anyway. So you know what that shows the 1,300 people in here? The fuck we going high for? If they go low, I'll gladly spend 2 hours.
Yeah.
My tagline on my website is the home of intellectual violence. I'll gladly spend 2 hours doing enhanced interrogation with my mouth, no pause, on a Yahtzee.
That's crazy.
You
But
feel me?
I feel what you're saying, but at the same time, I'm reading the comments and they're like, Uncle Tom, this and that, is he peeing? It's a lot of jokes. Yeah, I seen it. I'm not gonna lie.
Where you from? Where you from now, Primo?
I'm from Harlem.
Ain't no way. Look,
I'm from Harlem.
I'm gonna tell you, I went to school on 131st Street and Convent Avenue.
Okay.
Dead in
Yep.
the middle of Harlem. Mott Hall.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
I'm from 177th Street,
Okay.
Washington Heights. I took the M100 bus every day to go to school.
Jeff.
Yeah.
Say something real
I'm from the east side.
quick.
Yeah, you good.
All right. So first things first, all right, is that we're not gonna call a black man an Uncle Tom. We're not doing that. All right. Because if you're calling a black man an Uncle Tom, that tells me that you haven't read the book. All right. And that says more about you than it does about Primo. So I need you all to understand that. I'm not going to tell you what we would actually call him because that's neither here nor there. But I do know that it tells me that you haven't read the book. Also, I bet not see a white person using that in my chat, all right? Or else you're going to meet the big B, and that's called blocked. Okay, we don't do that because it's for black people only, all right? I just want to let that be known, guys, all right? That's it. Anywho, you two continue on. I'm listening and I'm learning.
All right, I'm going to tell you something.
Yeah,
and I'm glad Erica said that, but I'm gonna tell you, one Harlem nigga to another, you can't hurt my feelings. That don't mean nothing to me. On the internet, somebody calling me nigga, Uncle Tom, anything, you can't hurt my feelings. You know, I'm a hefty dude. You know I'm a hefty dude, right? When these and people know, people who follow me know this. If one of these cats come up here and be like, you fat, I just call him a chubby chaser. I just let him know, yo, you want to lay your head on my chest and caress me. I know you want to be held, but my wife is gonna say no because we roast each other, right? Here's what I'm not gonna do, right? Here's what I'm not gonna do. I'm not gonna look at some dude that want to go up in little girls' dressing rooms and then talk about it on the radio and be like, yeah, we gonna let him in so that white people could be more racist. They can't be more racist. They're racist. They're just doing their thing.
They're racist.
That's what you should be focused on?
I'm listening.
Step one of revolution.
Go ahead.
Education.
I'm listening. Education. Okay. So let's talk about education. Let's talk about education and let's talk about like the verbiage of trying to sound like you're educated, right? So we have, and I'm glad that you said that because you from where I'm from. Let's have a conversation. So you have education, right? You have a real education of who you are, where you're from, what you stand for, right? When we are arguing with PDF files, when we are arguing with these people who commit atrocities all over the world, and they don't do anything but lie and try to distort the conversation to make it a scholarly conversation, then when we fall into that web that they have spun, then what are we doing, right? So you have these people that have proven that they don't do the research, that they say DEI is whatever they want to say it is. They have proved that they have been racist, sexist, homophobic, all of the above, right? And they can't seem to conform to actual humanity, which promotes the life of somebody else, right? You have Pete Hegseth, you have all of these dudes that get up here, Senator Lindsey Graham, that get up here and
I gotta
say
call a flag on the play.
and brag about
I gotta call.
the
I'm so sorry. I do have to call a flag on the play, just to be able to address your point. Like Swan said in the comments, we expose them. All right, so we show the flaws in their logic and we expose them because I think one of the main things that you have to first understand is that we're not doing this for the people necessarily on the panel. It's for the people in the chat who are listening. Between the tube and also between TikTok here, we have about 1,400 people listening. All right. The people who are listening, watching, whether actively or passively, all right, they're going to hear something that's going to spark their interest, their curiosity, and then they're going to go do the research. So that's what it's for. It's for them to learn, for the audience, the supporters, the viewers to learn. All right. And that's the people who come on the panel, they already have made their mind up. All right. And I never think that it's my position to try to change anyone's mind. The next part of it is that you're calling out the gross parts. I'm just going to say the gross parts of the Trump administration. Yet you told us that you voted for Trump. Wasn't nothing new about Trump in 2024.
I never said. I said I support.
Oh, did you
I
vote
said
for
I
him?
support Trump. I never said I. No, I didn't.
Okay, all right, cool. My apologies, but you do
Okay,
support him.
and that's
You
what I
support
said.
him because you think that he's gonna
I
basically like
support.
tear down this
You
system
know,
that we have.
yeah, you got to tear it down because you don't go to the hospital unless your leg is about to fall off. When they say go to the hospital, we see something is wrong. People don't listen to that. But when you're in so much pain, then you go back, right? So, and that's why I apologize when I first came up here. I might be trolling, but yeah, I did vote. I voted for the Green Party. I voted for, yeah. I mean, see,
You
your
voted
eyes
for
lit
Jill
up.
Stein?
Yeah, Jill Stein and a black man who was a Muslim as her vice president,
All
right?
right, check it out.
So we
I'm a, I'm
can't.
a,
So this is the real conversation. So I'm gonna let you talk. I'm gonna let you talk, Jeff. But this is the real conversation that we cannot imagine anything else but the Democratic and the Republican Party. So let's start that conversation like right there.
I'm gonna put Jill Stein to the side because she look.
She's pointless.
My favorite
Pointless.
candidate leading up to the election was Jasmine Sherman, right? Let me show you about Jill Stein. If she could, she'd be a Democrat. You know what she's been doing since the election?
Making a Muslim black man a vice president.
Nah, she's been on a speaking tour collecting dough. That's what she's been doing.
Are we not collecting dough?
Visited
Is everybody
Russia,
not collecting dough?
but she
Well, let me
visited
ask you
Russia,
this:
didn't she?
Jasmine Sherman been opening up food banks across the East Coast where people
For
can
what
eat.
money?
Who cares?
I care.
Jasmine Sherman doesn't take money
They-
from any private company. She only takes money from the public. So that means people like you, me, and Jeff. All right, the people that are watching, we donate. All right, so if you are a supporter of hers, that means you donate money to her. So that's who she takes money from.
So and sorry, Erica, Jasmine is they them, but like
Them. I'm so sorry. My apologies.
no, you. So but I don't. If somebody feeding people, I don't care what they doing to do it. They're putting food in people's mouths.
I do.
It
Because
does.
if you
It
taking
does.
APAC money, if you taking any money from them, we had what's his name? What's the light skinned dude name? That's a Democrat. That's the leader of the Democratic Party. What's his name?
Hakeem
I don't
Jeffries.
even
Talking about Hakeem
Hakeem
Jeffries.
Jeffries.
Yeah.
Who's
He
he
might as
feeding?
well. He might as well
Who's he feeding?
put makeup on his face because he's a clown, right?
Who's he feeding?
He's not feeding anybody. He's taking that
Facts.
money, and
Look,
people are
if he was
thinking
taking,
that this is
but
a
this is the
Democratic.
thing you're not.
Even
This is the
even,
thing you're not.
even the
Hold
dude.
on.
Hey,
Time
hey,
Go
hey.
out.
ahead. Go
Pause.
ahead.
Pause. Pause.
Slow
Pause. Pause. Pause.
down,
Pause.
bro.
Mm-hmm.
This I don't care about Democrats at all. But
Mm-hmm.
if you telling me people getting fed, you're talking about people who ain't feeding people. I'm cool with that. If you take money from people and you feeding people, them people that they're giving you money, they're gonna stop giving you the money. But I'm gonna put all of that to the side. Okay. When we're talking about these Yahtzee people, I'm about to do something that I hate doing, and Erica's about to get an exclusive because I ain't never said this on live, and I hate doing this because I think ideas should just float out, and credit is a different thing. I'm an old school head, right? When I got on this app, I saw people arguing for 3 hours about whether or not asylum seekers could just walk into the country. And I was like, why are we spending all this time when it say in the law that's what they could do? And so I started talking to my mutuals and I said, why don't you just show them the law? Like, we got a camera, just put that joint on the screen.
Do they respect the
Now,
law?
that's irrelevant. The
No,
point
it's
is
not
I'm
because you
gonna
have to
tell.
have
Hold
somebody
Hey,
who
on,
hey, hey,
listen.
respects
hey,
the
Hold
hey,
law.
on,
hey, yo,
hold on,
bro.
hold
Let
on.
him finish. Hey,
You
Jeff.
gotta
Go ahead.
listen.
Go ahead. Go
Jeff.
ahead.
I've had.
I'm listening.
Jeff, say
I
something in the
guarantee
comments so I
you.
can mod you.
I guarantee you that I've had 10 times more about this conversation than you have. But what I'm telling you is the reason I hate doing that is because that's a little thing. That's a tiny thing that cuts the conversation from 3 hours to 10 minutes. The person's still gonna say I don't care, but I just saved myself 2 hours and change, right? Everybody brings something like that to the table. And the way that we get through these people is by doing the exercise. So when somebody else says, hey, we talk about black people can't be racist, here's a new way to approach that argument. And I hear that, I'm like, ooh, that's a good argument. And it's in my wheelhouse now. It's in my quiver. But that came on the back of talking to some racist dude and showing them, hey, here's the information. Not everybody of the people that are in this live understands or has the ability or all of the tools to formulate that whole process, right? I didn't come up with my presentation by myself. I got a squad with me, right?
Mm-hmm.
The people in my squad will bury any, and Eric will tell you, I'm not even being funny. We break toys.
Every single day.
Stan- Santana be yelling at me for breaking toys on his live, and I gotta go in on some like, hello, but in reality, 2 seconds they're broken. But that's just so that the people watching know, hey, you could do this too. Go home
And
for the
that's the
holidays and
problem.
talk to your
Can I
family.
respond? Let me know
Yeah,
when I
yeah,
can respond.
yeah. Go for it.
All right. You think you broke me?
Boy, he's not even trying to debate
You
you. He's
black.
literally
No, no,
having
no,
a
no, no, no. I'm just
conversation with
asking the
you.
question. I'm just asking the
No,
question. I'm
nah,
just asking
nah.
the
Can you
question.
listen to me for just a
Okay.
second? All
I'm
right. The
listening.
reason why I'm
I'm
not really
listening.
feeling like the way that you're trying to come off right now, right, is
Mm-hmm.
because it's like you're not listening to hear or
I'm
understand what it is that
listening.
Jeff is saying. Now, when you ask a question like, let me know when I can respond or let me know when I can talk, all right, that tells me that you're only listening to respond. You're just trying to get your word in. All right. Dude is legit trying to have a genuine conversation with you. All right. Be
Yeah,
intellectually
I'm having a
honest
genuine
about this
conversation.
and like
I
engage.
promise you, I'm having a
Y'all
genuine
not even
conversation.
arguing. This is
I
legit
already
a
know Jeff.
conversation.
Yeah, we not arguing. I feel like Jeff already broke the last dude down. I feel like this is a good platform. The reason why I'm back here is because I obviously come in, listen, whatever,
As
and
Sean would say,
I
I
want.
don't care nothing about that. All right, respond
Okay.
to Jeff.
I bet. So what I'm saying is, you can break people down to it. One of the things that you said was you go by the law, right?
I don't go by the law.
You don't go by the law.
Nah, fuck the
Do
law.
you, so okay, fuck the law. Bet. So what is the premise of you breaking people down on them? Like,
I meet them where they're at. This is the thing I like to do when I talk to Kadunka Chuds. I think I do it more than most, but it's just because I like the challenge. I give them every single tool in their toolbox. I'm like, okay, yeah. Whatever premise you got, I got you. And then I show them how they still stupid. But that's me, right?
yeah.
Other people might hear me and they'll say, oh my God, why is Jeff saying that? Why is this the argument? And then they hear the rest of the argument. They're like, oh, I'm going to take one thing from that. My sis, Sean, she do the same thing. She'll say, hey, I think this should happen. And sometimes it'll be something new to me. And I'll be like, where's she going with this? And next thing you know, we got you. But the thing is, whatever tool you got is the tool you got.
Okay.
But the point is that I'm doing it to educate the audience. Now, I'm going to tell you a secret that's not so much of a secret. People who follow me know this. I don't think there's hope.
You don't think there's hope in this
You know,
American system?
if you tap my profile picture, you see the whole thing. My full username. My name is Jeff, and my platform is End of a Species, meaning it's over. I want to be wrong, though. You know what I'm saying? I want to be wrong. But for me to be wrong, people got to read. People got to be willing to start step one, which is education. And we can't shy away from the conversations with the Yahtzees to break them down. Otherwise, at least not on this platform. Otherwise, we're just talking to each other and we're not getting educated.
But see, that's where I disagree. Because we can have education. I feel like with the collegiate nuance or the education nuance of the conversations is leaving a lot to be desired. So when you are having these conversations and you're not breaking down the system systematically and telling them what the next steps is just a conversation. And I'm tired of the conversation. So I know a lot of people is on my neck right now in the comments. I know I'm probably aggravating a lot of people, but I am aggravating myself because I am tired of just the scholastic, the scholastic reference and framework that we are making this conversation about, and not the actual framework of what we need to do. And obviously, it's not going to come on this platform. It's not going to come on live on TikTok because they're never going to allow that to happen. But we have to understand that there is no talking to these people, right? So yes, I do support the breaking down. What is he doing? Like, he's causing turmoil all over the world. He is making the scope of the world on the USA. That's what we need.
Now we are going to break this down.
So
You
let's
know why
break
you
it down.
frustrated?
You said what?
You know why you frustrated?
I mean, you could tell me why.
Because you don't know how to wash rice yet. That's why.
That's not okay.
You're what I would tell my sis is called a baby socialist. And I'm trying to come around to baby
It's a
socialist.
baby socialist now. Yo, this is when you talk about laws, when you talk about the FBI, when you talk about
don't worry about none of that.
No.
You're
Talk.
starting to
Let's
sound
talk.
like a
You
fed.
came at me.
Stop. But here's the thing, though. I'm gonna tell you for real. They gave me mob powers, and I'm not muting you, but I'm gonna get my shit off. All right.
Yeah, go ahead.
So the reason I say you don't know how to wash rice yet is because at the really good sushi spots, if you get hired for 3 years, your ass is washing rice. You watching people cut up sashimi. You watching people get the salmon and the tuna and the yellowtail and cut all that shit up, and your hands are in a bowl, moving in a circle, washing rice. You're saying we need to go do some shit, and motherfuckers don't know how to grow tomatoes. So my question, my first question, when we go out and do some stuff, how you gonna feed people when you topple the system? That's my first question for you.
How are you going to feed people when you topple the system? Okay, that's a
Yeah.
great question. Okay. That is a great question. So, how would you feed people when you topple a system? First
That's
of
a
all,
rice washing question, by the way.
yeah,
That's like
yeah,
a
yeah.
day one.
Okay, so we have buying power for all over the world, right?
The system's toppled. Ain't no buying nothing.
There's no buying nothing for anybody.
The system's gone.
Okay,
You got at least 3 years where you're rebuilding. How you feeding people?
how are you feeding people? Okay, so now the conversation becomes, before you start this toppling of that hierarchy, that system, you are teaching people how to farm, where to
Did
go
you
to
just say
farm.
education?
You said what?
Yes.
Did you just say education?
Did I say education?
We
I don't
washing
think I
rice.
did.
All right, cool.
You said, yeah, because you
When
said
you
teaching.
got the remnants of the old Yahtzee folks trying to do crime and do harm to your people, how you gonna stop them?
How are you going to stop them? By coming together as a society and a community that is insulated by only your community. That's by not letting outside influences. Not, I know we like to talk about POCs and all of that, and you have some people in our community that are like, yeah, get these immigrants out of here, da da da, whatever. You have to insulate a community that is going to be able to provide that insulation.
You want me to
Because
show you the the washing of the rice right now?
go
That's
ahead,
what they did in Tulsa.
go ahead.
Do you know what Tulsa is?
Yeah,
Black Wall Street? Do you know what that is?
do you think that I don't?
I'm pretty sure you do.
Okay.
All right. So insulating ain't doing it. What are you gonna do when the reservoir Yahtzees come and they want to do harm to your people? What do you do?
So that's when you actually learn from your history and learn from the people that have resisted the United States of America. And what did they do? They went into geographic locations that they weren't able to bomb. They went into it's a lot of talking, and I might get banned for talking too much, for real. If you really want to be honest, but you had these communities that learn how to preserve their
Typically,
life underground, in caves, in
So
mountains,
so you're gonna
whatever.
go underground where there's no light and still feed people? Nah, the answer is, and this is
Yeah, I'm
again,
not saying that this is an easy answer. I'm not saying that it's an easy
no,
answer, but if we don't
no,
never
it is, but
if
it
we
is
don't
easy.
ever get to the if we don't ever get to the answer or the question,
It's super
then we
easy.
are never gonna get to the fucking solution.
It's super easy. Super easy.
but
I can answer this in my
You think
sleep.
the
go ahead,
solution is
Jeff.
by
Go
telling
ahead.
Jocelyn? Go ahead. I'm
No,
sorry.
that's step
Go
one.
ahead.
We're washing rice, remember. You're at the stage where the rice is being washed. Because the first question we didn't have an answer for. That's washing rice. The second answer we gave a wild answer, but the answer comes in a film, uh, mockumentary in the style of CB4 called Fear of a Black Hat. If you go and watch that movie, 16 minutes in, it's a mockumentary about a rap group called Niggas with Hats, and the main character is being asked about their title album called Niggas with Hats, Fear of a Black Hat, right? It's like kind of a play on Fear of a Black Planet, right? And the dude said it was supposed to be Fear of a Black Hat, subtitled Don't Shoot Until You See the Whites. And the documentary person goes, Of their eyes? And he goes, Whose eyes?
That's deep.
So the answer is You aim for between like the soft part of the skull. That's what you do when they come. That's how you say that without getting banned, by the way. You gotta,
I feel you. I feel you.
So that leads to the third
My
question.
only issue
How
is,
you gonna arm the
all right,
people so they could aim for the soft part of the skull?
how you gonna arm the people? And
Mhm.
I'm not saying that I'm the armor of people. I'm not saying that I am the knower of all things, but I know where the objective is, and I know where the destination is, and I know where we're starting from. And it's hard for me to think that the destination or the objective that we're trying to resolve starts from trying to educate YT people on why they are racist, on
You're not
why
listening.
they do not have human decency.
You're not listening.
He's not.
I am. Okay.
I'm not trying to educate that like
I know
It
what
just
you're
sounded
orangutan
saying.
that
like
I was
you
talking
Listen,
to.
just.
I need
I
y'all to
just listened to
show Jeff
Jocelyn.
some
I just.
love.
I'm about to get off.
You ain't gotta
I
leave.
might
Ain't nobody
be
say you had to leave. I'm talking to the chat.
okay.
All right, because this is
Mhm.
a live. All right, I'm a one lady
Yeah, yeah.
production here. Okay, let me run my live for a
Mhm.
moment. Appreciate you. All
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
I know chat that y'all better be doing all the good things for Jeff. All right, he better be having some nice donos to read. All right, show him some love via some gifts. Y'all better be nice to this man for dishing out this education here. All right, y'all better be nice. And I'm gonna say thank you to Attorney Verity for the $15 for you to keep doing what you're doing, because Lord knows I couldn't deal with these people. That was earlier for Jocelyn. Thank you so very much, love. I appreciate you. Drop some hearts in the chat. Also, Ivan sent $1 and he said, I'm from New York City and we do not claim the guest. He must be from Syracuse with the white people. I'm just a messenger. I only read the messages. That's
Syracuse
only
is
Yeah.
it.
nuts.
Okay.
Shout out to
Yeah,
Ivan. Thank
that's
you. Thank you.
crazy.
Thank you. Thank you. Also, shout
Here's
out to
Ivan.
Cindy for the
I
10.
never met a dude named Ivan from Harlem in my
All
life.
right, chill, bro. All right. Shout out to Cindy for the 10. Cindy wants to know where she can find the I Don't Know shirt at. All right, that's going to be at Jeff's website. Jeff, is it endofspecies.com?
it's
There we go.
endofaspecies.com and you
Endofaspecies.com.
just hit the little merch thing at the top if you're on your computer. Otherwise, you hit the little 3 things at the top and hit merch, and it's close to the bottom. It's one of the first joint.
Yep. Check out the links in Jeff's bio, guys, and get that shirt because I did. Yay. All right. So let's do that. But yeah, I want you
Here's
to
who we
listen.
here's who we educating, right? This is the nice thing y'all could do for me, chat. Ready? I mean, look, if y'all want to send me money, that's dope. I'll take money all day. Great. We're gonna it'll right today. All the money is going to build up godbounty.com, where we're hunting God himself. If you go to godbounty.com, you'll see what I'm talking about. But the nice thing you could do for me right now is put a 1 in the chat if you've learned something from Erica.
Bounty.com. There we go. Oh, Days Without a Rapture is wild. Feral Rapture, guys. All right, I'm submitting a prediction. It's gonna be July 4th of 2025.
You see that, not Primo? 2026. You see that, not
Oh,
Primo?
that's right. Thank you. Damn, I'm tired. I'm thinking about food. I'm thinking about a shirt.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about my friend. I'm thinking about a lot of stuff at one time. And these people have learned stuff from me. That's crazy work. I appreciate you guys. Thank
What's
you so
up?
much.
That's
You
what's
see that?
up.
That's from Erica talking to the dredges of the world,
The dweebs.
the dweebs.
Shout out to Solid.
No, Tiff told me I gotta we bringing this back. The herbs.
The herbs. Damn.
Yeah, that's old school New York lingo. You a herb. I'm gonna start saying it. I'm gonna start bringing that back.
Do that shit.
The
Do that shit. And say it in German too.
Oh, the German. You were there for the
I
German.
was there for that shit. And it was crazy how like Solid just knew what it was that you were doing. It was wicked.
Yo, me
I
and
was
my
like, how did he
brother
know?
are
Locked
in.
That was fucking awesome. But yeah.
All right. So that's who I do it for. Like if there's 50 people, if there's 5,000 people, some people in there gonna learn. When I'm breaking down that Kadunkacha, he ain't hearing nothing. Half the time I tell him, I don't need you for this part. Like most of the time I use Judge Judy language. I'm like, you not auditioning for shit, nigga. I already got the part. They're a sounding board, but they're also something I can expose in that these the cats we fighting. Look, leading up to the election a couple years ago, I heard the same thing over and over again from a bunch of people. I'm scared, I'm scared, I'm scared. I'm scared, I'm scared, I'm scared. I could tell you what's real. Like there's some stuff that's going on with ICE that doesn't get reported that could show you why some people ain't scared, right? But the point is, when you see the people that are like, we've had people on different panels that like, I just joined ICE, and we talk to them, and it's like, this dude, this the dude we scared of, this your champion.
Yep.
That's important. It's important for people to see that.
No. I appreciate how you break people down. I appreciate how you just broke old boy down. I really do. I really do.
Yeah. Well,
And I hope that you could understand where I'm coming from. And obviously, I don't got it down like Erica. She got it down packed. You got it down packed. I got this, y'all know how to talk to the people, whatever. But I know that you understand what I'm saying. Especially you say you're from Harlem. I know you understand what I'm saying. I know you do.
yeah.
And that's why you even talk to me how the way that you do it. It's respect. It's a conversation. It's not a debate. And yeah.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, when we talk about, when we have these key points, it just seems like it's clickbait, right? It's clickbait on why did you vote for Trump?
It
Why are you
is.
still supporting Trump?
You are
Why are you
100% right.
even? Why? And I understand that you have to get your support up. Cool. You got to break it down from the lowest decimal to build it up, right? Some people got to get it by now. I mean, we have not been human to these people. We're still not human in the Constitution, 100%. And we deal with racism not only from them, but from the people that we are trying to defend.
But my
And we
question,
have these countries. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I just want to make sure that something is understood. Do you understand that the goal is not to change the minds or educate the people that are on the panel, the ones that request up? You understand that
Yeah.
part, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So what I would say for you is follow someone like Jeff. Make sure you're following Jeff. All right. And when you go into Jeff's lives, make sure you follow
Mhm.
Solid. You follow Swan. You follow Sean. All right. You follow Ari.
Mhm.
Okay. Make sure you follow them. Okay. Because the conversation that it is that you're looking for, I guarantee you they have it, and they have it in great detail. Like over here, I would personally say for me, and also I do like Casso, so definitely follow Casso too. I would say that you will get like a high level of it over here, but for the people that I mentioned, they dig extremely deep. I can add on to those conversations, but I would say they do it a whole hell of a lot better than I ever could. So I would say follow those people, go into their spaces, listen and learn. But I also want you to kind of unpack, like, why does having these types of conversations, why does it like upset you? You don't have to answer now. I just want you to think about it, right?
Mhm.
Because again, if you can understand that it's not for the people that join the panel, all right? Because I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm here to laugh at racists. Because like hate makes
Yeah.
you stupid. Come on, be perfectly honest with you. All right, hate makes you stupid. Okay, and these people are not coming from a place of intelligence or any type of scholarly place. All right, they literally just want to be heard. Is all that it is to it. All right, that's it. They just want to be heard. Right, and I'm allowed them their 2 minutes to be heard while I educate the audience.
Yeah. No, I understand that, and I appreciate you giving me more than 2 minutes. I
Yeah,
could
of
definitely
course.
understand that.
Yeah.
And I appreciate the conversation with you, Jeff. I'm not trying to derail your live.
You
I
good?
hope that I know a lot of people in the comments going crazy. Y'all can go crazy. That's cool. But let's have these conversations. Let's have these conversations about other parties that we can support. Let's have these conversations about how we can arm ourselves and facilitate these conversations that we need to move against a structure that has, I mean,
Yeah, you got to update your
killed
algorithm.
millions of people.
You got to update your
You said
algorithm,
what?
bro. You got to update your algorithm. You do.
I mean,
Cause
I
like
just be laughing on TikTok.
everything you just said, I kid you not. Jeff and Solid, and Sean
Mhm.
have had like extreme like detailed conversations about it on this app. Like Solid even
Yeah,
has a
yeah.
program where he is helping women get their concealed weapons license. So yeah. I mean, yeah, you gotta
No,
change your
no, no.
algorithm.
That's peace. I do need to change my algorithm. I'm gonna
Mhm.
follow you, Jeff. I will hope to have more conversations with y'all in the future. And it's peace.
All right, and also figure out why the hell would you want to support Trump? Like, I think you're
I
just
see, and
trolling.
that's
You
the
don't really
thing.
support
Like I
Trump.
said, I was trolling.
Yeah, you
I
don't.
said I support Trump to make. I said I should support Trump to get on this panel for real,
Oh,
and that's
okay.
all it took for me to get on the panel. I said I support
That's
Trump.
funny.
I said I can argue for him, and I haven't said nothing to support him at all. But
Okay.
people still think in the comments that I support this guy. That's how feeble people's minds are.
You don't have to lie. I just want to let you know that.
I mean, I didn't support. I just, I don't have to lie. My name is not Primo. It's really Supreme Allah. Peace.
All right. Peace, God. All right, guys. Let's keep it going. Yes, we know Black Trump supporters exist. He was not one of them. All right. He wasn't one of them. Okay. All right. I'm really bad at multitasking. I really, really am. But y'all, let's make sure that we keep doing all of the good things, guys. All of the good things. In regards to these likes, let's get them up. Wait, we're only at 271. Can we get the likes up to 400,000 likes, please? Thank you so very much. Let's keep tapping that screen, guys. Also, continue to share and repost the live. And let's make sure that we are knocking out our gift goals. Looks like I'm working on the shamrocks. So let's knock those out. And also, if you'd like to support me, support the stream, the links are in the bio. Everything with Erica is the name, PayPal and Venmo. Also have a Zelle, everything with Erica9 at gmail.com. And if you're over on the tube, you can send a super chat. I want to thank you all so very much for all that you do, because everything is appreciated and most definitely accepted. All right. And make sure we're taking care of Jeff while he's here. Links are in the bio. All right. Also check out his website, endofaspecies.com. I said it right this time. Yes. Did I say it right? I said it right, didn't I, Jeff?
Yeah, you got it. You
Yes,
got
go
it.
me. Go me. Thank you. Also, I would like to say shout out to J666. Ah, that's my favorite number right there. Shout out to J666 for the $2 super chat. They said ICE makes parents pay $35 a day for clean water. Yes, they do. They do. They make people pay for every single thing within those detention facilities while they deny them medical care, while they deny them access to feminine products. Yeah, they fucking suck, and it's disgusting what's happening. Yeah, it is. So, with that being said, guys, let's keep the conversation going. Thank you so very much, J66, for that information, love. All right. Colton is your name. Colton, is it Colton?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, and for TikTok purposes, let me see here. Are you a Trump supporter?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, and what else is it? Oh, how old are you?
I'm 18, 2007.
Okay, you're 18 years old. Why are
Correct.
you supporting Donald Trump?
Well, I'm a paleo conservative, and I agree with immigration policy, foreign policy, and economic standpoint with his tariffs.
The tariffs have already proven to be a failure because they're inflationary, so we know that much already. Also, the Supreme Court did deem that the tariffs are in fact unconstitutional. And so now we wait while the Supreme Court, we don't know how long it's going to take. Could take 6 months, could take a year or two, but we have to wait for them to decide whether or not these companies are actually going to get a refund, which of course is going to cost the United States taxpayer, meaning us. So there's been no benefit of his tariffs. Additionally, in regards to his immigration policy, the Trump administration has actually even themselves abandoned their mass deportation efforts since firing Kristi Noem. Well, reassigning Kristi Noem. All right. The mention of mass deportation by the Trump administration has fell by over 98%. Only like one administrator has actually mentioned it within the past 3 weeks. Additionally, his immigration policy showed that it was nothing but violence. He was using ICE as a paramilitary force to go through the streets of the United States of America to prevent people from speaking up, from protesting, and also to simply just detain people without cause. That's all they've been doing. They even killed a few American citizens along the way. I don't
Right.
see how it's been working. It hasn't been working.
Well, which one do you want to tackle? Which one of the
I
three?
want to tackle the reason why has Donald Trump, why did he only create 181,000 jobs in the year 2025 when he was supposed to be the guy that's supposed to bring all of this industry back to the United States of America? And out of those 181,000 jobs that he did create in 2025, all right, we've already lost 92,000 of those. So basically half of those in the month of February alone. So we have that. I want to talk about why Donald Trump has the United States of America involved in a war with Iran with absolutely no reason whatsoever. American lives have already been lost. All right. And also we're suffering the effects while the rich keep getting richer. We're going to be the ones that's paying the higher prices because we're entering into a period of stagflation. Hey, I want to talk about something real. I do. I just want to talk
Right.
about something real.
Well, the fact of the matter is that tariffs actually increase job growth because while they do have a minor effect on inflation of goods and prices, it protects American industry, which can therefore galvanize jobs from American business.
When applied correctly. All right. Do you wholeheartedly think that Donald Trump applied the tariffs correctly?
Yes, I do.
Okay,
I
so
think you should have gone farther.
you think that him doing something, all right, such as a universal tariff, all right, because that's basically what it is. You can call it a reciprocal all that you want to call it, but that wasn't it. All right, it wasn't a targeted tariff in any means because we know history has shown, all right, that targeted tariffs can work. We can even look at the tariffs that Joe Biden did in what 2021, 2022 against Chinese solar panels and not Chinese solar panels, but solar panels and also Chinese EVs, electrical vehicles. All right, and we can see how that actually increased production in American and also purchase of American electrical vehicles, along with increase in production and purchase of American solar panels. So we have that part. We see how targeted works, but we can even look back to the first Trump administration to see that a blanket tariff on all imports from a country does not work. It doesn't, because you can't point to a time in history where it has.
Well, I don't think that it is a universal tariff. He has 20% increase on Chinese imports and 25% on Canadian and Mexican imports. It does target all, but it targets those three countries specifically more. And we saw in mercantilism under Henry Clay that it does work actually.
This was prior to this was prior to the gold standard.
I'm
Because
not
I
sure.
can point to 1890 with McKinley Tariffs Act, all right, his tariff act, all right, that actually caused prices to go up to where people couldn't actually afford items, and it was quickly overturned. So, I mean, like, we know that the tariffs don't work. We can also point to the Smoot-Hawley Act of 1930, and what we can see is that in tariffs, universal tariffs, in fact, again, do not work. All right. So targeted tariffs, all right, targeted tariffs work. So like if we put a targeted tariff just on, let's say, steel, then yes, that can work. We can see an increase in steel production in the United States of America, and we can also see the purchase of that by companies within the United States of America. But if we put a tariff on every import that is coming in from a country, okay, if I say I'm gonna tax everything that's coming in, let's say from China at 30%, or if I say I'm going to tax everything coming in from Spain, Hungary, Germany, the Britain, Canada, Mexico, I'm going to tax all of their imports, all right, at 25%. How does that help domestic production? because the only thing that the domestic producer is going to do is try to make a profit off of that by increasing their price. Because if I see that people are still buying this product from Mexico, all right, that used to be $1 and now it's $1.50 because of the tariff, but people like it, they're still buying it. Me as an American producer, okay, bet. I know I used to charge $1 for mine too, but I'm gonna try to sell mine for $1 and 35 cents. If they could sell this for $1.50, do you see how that works? The American people still keep paying more money.
Well, yeah, the inflation is undeniable. That's how tariffs work. But you
wait
asked
a
for an
minute.
example.
You told me that they weren't inflationary, though.
No, they do. And I said they protect American interests, and they do increase inflation. Goods do go up under tariffs. That's just a fact.
But you told me
And you
that
asked
they
for an
did in the beginning,
example.
Jeff. Am I crazy?
Nah.
Okay, I was just making sure.
Why would the example be like? Anyway.
Why would it be exactly? Go ahead. Go ahead, Jeff.
You asked for an example, and an example would be the electric car industry in America was boosted because we get a lot of our cars from China, Europe, and Canada, and he targeted them, and it made our electric car industry go up, which therefore increases American jobs.
When are we
If you ask for an
projected to
example.
see? When are we projected to see an increase in jobs?
I don't know any
directly
exact
linked to
studies.
the-
That's what Nick Fuentes told me, and he told me that the
hold
car
on.
industry go up.
Time out. I don't care about none of that. I'm asking you, when are we projected to see a job growth directly connected to anything that's happened in the past year?
I want to say something after this part too, because you're wrong.
Well,
it's bait. It's all bait.
I'm not rage baiting. It's a
I didn't say you
historical.
were. No, it's
Okay.
just bait.
Oh,
It's just regular bait.
Okay. So it's a historical fact that when tariffs go up, that it makes American industry better, which therefore does increase jobs, because if American industry is doing better than a foreign industry, we're going to have more businesses here and it's going to create more jobs.
All right. So you answered the question, what does it say in a textbook somewhere about inflation? Do you remember the question that I asked you? I don't know why I got to keep doing this.
I believe you asked me how it directly increases job growth.
Yo, is it
as projected?
me? Chat, is it me? Like when I speak, maybe I need to update my phone. Is there any update for my shit?
Nah,
Like I
bro
said words.
Okay, so he's doing a few things. He's arguing to be wrong. That's the first part. All right. And then also, he's not actually listening to anything that you're saying, Jeff. He just wants to be right. That's all.
Oh, so you heard my question.
I did. He just
all right. I'm gonna get my 22-year-old Jeff on. That's gonna be a blunder on your part, Colton. That's embarrassing. So
Okay,
I'm gonna
I
repeat the
apologize. I'm
question.
trying to listen. I'm not trying to be difficult.
Hold on, no, I gotta be real. I'm gonna be a real jerk now. Look, I'm gonna answer the question. I'm gonna ask you the question again, and this time I want you to lock in.
Yes, sir.
Pay attention. When is the operative word in the question? So it's a time-based answer, right? So this is the inquiry. When are we expected to see job growth based on anything that happened with the policies of this weirdo in the past year?
When I haven't seen any economists predict anything. I haven't seen a study on that, but I just know historical fact, and I would assume later rather than earlier.
Okay, cool. You know that like historical, when you say historical fact, that doesn't mean anything for right now, right?
Well, history repeats. I'm not sure what you mean.
I'm just going to ask the question again. You know that the historical fact doesn't mean anything for right now, right? Do you know why that is?
No, I don't.
Because the way that the capitalistic system is propped up, it's on a bottom-up scale, right? Like the reason that manufacturing moved away is to make it cheaper so that it can depress the wages at the end user level. So like you start at the raw material. Do you know what the wages are for the raw material gathering?
No, I don't know exact.
Next to nothing. So it's slave labor. Then you move on to the manufacturing of small parts, which is really low wages. Then they're a little higher when you get to the manufacturing of the finished product. Then you go to the service area where the wages are a little higher, and then you go to the end user. And if any part of that gets disrupted, right, the tariffs drive the prices up, and the moving of the labor from where it's cheap to more expensive drives the prices up. That's just how the system is set up.
Right. So yeah, it does drive up prices, but I don't see how that. Like I already conceded the point that tariffs do drive up prices.
No, not no. Forget the tariffs drive up prices.
Right.
But the transporting of the jobs over here also drives up prices.
Well, I wasn't saying that. So what you're saying is that we're increasing jobs here and decreasing them in like China, and that is decreasing our wages. Is that what you're saying?
No,
increasing the product price.
This is actually even worse because at least in tech, you can't decrease the prices, the jobs in China. Like that's not a thing.
Okay. So what you're saying is that increasing the jobs here is increasing the prices in goods?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I don't see how we arrived at that point because we were talking about how it's
Okay, so the wages in China for manufacturing are lower or higher than here?
lower.
Okay. And then when the jobs get moved over here, for the companies that sell the product, their labor cost goes up or down?
Up.
AAVE incoming. What you think, they suckers?
Jab turkeys.
If it was you, right? If you was the goofy McDonald's dude with the sandwich, yo, I'm gonna be roasting fast food CEOs for a good long while. If you was that goofy like Sheldon Cooper prick that don't know how to eat a sandwich, and all of a sudden you found out that your cost of labor went up 50%, you're gonna keep the price of a Big Mac the same and not get your yacht? You're gonna let the other billionaires punk you and not get your yacht, Colton? Colton?
No.
I gotta say it like that. Colton? No, you're gonna raise prices, right?
That would be correct.
Because you're not a sucker, right?
You sucker.
Well, I mean, sure.
Yeah, like you're gonna go to the goofy billionaire outing where they all dressed in togas and shit, and they gonna be like, why you ain't got your yacht? You left the $4.99 Big Mac, right? You're gonna raise the prices. You're not a sucker. That's easy. That's just this is how I know. This is why I don't like talking to 18-year-olds, because it's 18-year-olds and broke niggas about money because they don't know nothing.
They
read something in a book. Yeah, they read something in a book and they're like, ooh, I know mercantilism, but like money's money.
Yep.
Right. Well, I mean, I don't see why he would do why if there's no beneficial outcome to tariffs, why do conservatives do it? Because I don't know all the facts here, and you're telling me that it's increasing either way.
Oh, this is easy. Hold on, who got a pitch pipe? Can I get an A minor, please?
I don't know.
Say it with me. Racism.
Ooh.
So you think that tariffs are because of racism?
Yes, very much so. Mm-hmm. Sure.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say it's racism. I'd say it's class separation, if anything. But I don't see that's racism.
Class separation from whom?
Well, I'm saying that they're making the divide bigger. That's like the point of capitalism.
Between who?
Between low income and high income.
We got low income here. They're not tariff. Are they doing tariffs on Alabama? No. Between who?
So you think that income is based on race? If anything, that's a little racist.
Not somebody in the chat going, that was an E. Y'all are wild.
Jeff,
nah, it's because
Jeff, you didn't hear his question. There's no way.
Nah, what was the question?
His question. Will you please
No
restate your question? If you don't restate it exactly the same, I'm just going to go to YouTube. Restate your question.
Okay. The statement I said was if you think that income is based on race and rate, like as you were saying that tariffs was is racist, which you were saying that it makes the rich richer and the poor poorer, and you were saying, oh, what race is that? And then my point was, well, if we're saying that that divides races, then you're saying low income is the minorities, and then that would be inherently racist.
No, that's not inherently racist. That's just counting.
So you think that African Americans are typically in the lower income brackets, is what you're saying?
I don't think that. Math thinks that.
Like the data literally, unfortunately, proves it. Like it proves it. Data is there to show, right? Like I'm pretty sure you've heard of the gender wage gap. There's also a race wage gap. Like,
right. Well, I still don't see how tariffs are racist. Do we think every single politician in Congress is racist?
You know why? You know why you don't see that?
Because I'm white.
No, you don't see that because you keep asking stupid questions.
I guess.
The question you should be asking is, why do you think tariffs are racist? And then not follow it up with, do you think something that has nothing to do with tariffs?
Well, I think it does because it's economic based. But
so the income's here. So the reason that I think the tariffs are racist is because it depresses the incomes here.
But how is that racist?
No, I'm asking you if that's what you think my argument is.
That's what I do think your argument is. That's pretty much.
Okay,
yeah.
Cool. No, cool. So
is it
you're
not?
an idiot. No, it's not. That's not it. Because tariffs are to scapegoat over there.
So you think that, I see what you're saying. You're saying tariffs are racist because we want the Chinese to be poor?
No, we want you idiots to think the Chinese are the reasons that things are so expensive.
Well, this is like, what? This is like conspiracy talk that we're saying.
No. It's just regular idiot talk. Like, look, for the lead up to the election and for the whole year that tariffs were bringing up, every time I ask some weirdo like you who pays the tariffs, how many of them do you think said China pays the tariffs?
Probably majority, because that's what Trump says.
Yeah. So why are they saying that?
Because that's what the president told us.
All right. And why does he want you to think China pays the tariff?
Because it helps him. I'm assuming.
Because if he puts a tariff and then goes, look what I'm doing to those, insert weird, goofy slur here, then all of y'all will go in lockstep like, oh, yeah, you hurt the Chinese. It's really simple. Y'all are just stupid.
I don't get why we're arguing whether or not tariffs are racist. Like, I don't get how that solves anything. Like, what's the point there? Like,
which
tariffs are racist towards Chinese.
Wait. Which premise did you disagree with of the thing I said? Because now you're just going, I don't like the conclusion. We just did an analysis, and I know I'm adding some flavor to it because you're boring, but which premise did you disagree with?
Well, I disagree with the premise that Donald Trump is doing that because he's racist and he wants.
That's the conclusion. So now you're confused. Let's go through it. Okay. Do Trump supporters, by and large, believe everything that Trump says?
Yeah.
Is Trump consistently saying that China, or let's just say foreign company X, is paying the tariffs?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then the Trump supporters are repeating that and they're happy about it?
Yeah.
And most of these places are non-white people?
Correct. Besides Canada.
Okay, great.
So can you, Jeff, if you could you do me a favor? Could you tell him about scapegoating and manufactured consent, please? Because that's all.
Do you know what those are?
Yeah. Do you know what those are?
Scapegoating and enlighten me.
Okay. So scapegoating, right, is where you place the blame on someone that isn't the person whose fault it is.
Right. I know the dictionary I thought we were using it in political sense. Yeah, I know what scapegoating is.
Okay. So you understand how it is scapegoating?
Yeah, I'm following the line of reasoning. Yes.
So you understand how Donald Trump's tariffs, all right, at this point so far, all right, are racist because what he's doing is he is placing the blame for the tariffs on China. All right. He's making the Chinese people the issue, is what he's doing. All right. And then the next part of that, all right, is going to be manufactured consent. All right. Because if he can, which he has actually done, so I'm going to stop saying if. All right. So because he has made the Chinese people the issue, is their fault. All right. That we Americans are paying more here because I had to put a tariff on them. I had to. I had no other choice. I had to. They're not being fair to us. I had to put this tariff on them. All right. And it's going to hurt for a little while. That's what Donald Trump said. It's going to hurt. It's going to hurt. Okay. He said that. Now, with that being said, it can cause you to be upset with Chinese people, Asian people. All right. Cause you to be upset with them, or to the point where because you are upset with them, when harm is done to them, you'll look the other way because they deserve it because they're making us pay more here. I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible for you.
No,
They're making us pay
I'm
more.
getting it.
You're getting it? Okay.
Yeah.
That's how is racist, darling. That's literally just how it's racist.
And
But
then here's the really fun part.
Oh,
okay.
there's
While everybody else is running around talking about yay, 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 the people who are implementing the stuff are just like, hey, this is how we play the stock market. And they're scooping up all your dough.
that part.
They're laughing at you.
And
They're
erroneously
laughing.
spending taxpayer money. Again, we just had the report that came out that in September, Pete Hegseth, via the Department of Defense, spent $93 billion on seafood. Seafood, a piano, just erroneous, miscellaneous stuff. But
Well, 93
we got
93 billion isn't like huge in the scale of politics.
well, $93 billion would be enough to actually feed hungry children across the United States of America. So it would be that to help kids eat, to, go towards school lunch and breakfast programs. What? All right. It could be
Oh,
enough to actually get a veterans housing program off the ground to help our houseless veterans, have a roof over their head, or even just houseless people in general. All right. You're 18 years
yo,
old, bro. The fuck? You know what, Jeff? I tried.
what's bonkers to me is that when it comes to like SNAP and healthcare, $93 billion, that's
200.
wasteful. When you talk about Somali people just trying to survive, they stole $93 billion. But when
Well, I'm
it
not
comes
against
to
socialist programs.
when it comes to goofy white dudes oysters, that's $93 billion.
Nothing in the grand scheme of
Sometimes,
things.
sometimes you gotta suck slimy oysters in your mouth for $93 billion. Like $93 billion.
Fucking part.
That's crazy work.
Well, no matter which party, the rich get richer. Like that's just like the rich always exploit the poor. Like it's not like Democrats are doing that way better. Biden also had tariffs.
Lord Jesus Christ.
What do you?
What? I need to correct this information here just so it can be understood. Okay. So what you need to understand, all right, is that tariffs themselves are not a bad thing. All right.
Right, targeted versus universal.
Tariffs are a tool to spur domestic production. That's what tariffs are used for. All right. When you use a tariff correctly, it'll be like using a hammer to put a nail in the wall. All right. You use the hammer, you put the nail in the wall. When you use them incorrectly, it'll be like using a jackhammer to put a nail in the wall. You destroy the whole friggin' wall. And that's what Donald Trump has been doing. He has been using them incorrectly and ineffectively, is what he's done. All right? That's what's happened here. What Joe Biden did is that he had to use diplomacy because in 2020, Donald Trump made a deal with China, a deal what China was supposed to purchase, I believe it was up to like $300 billion in goods from the United States of America, all right, to end the trade war. China did not do their part on the deal. The deal they made with Trump, they said, fuck you, Trump, all right? And then Joe Biden gets into office in 2021 and he has to keep that deal. But what he does is he issues the retaliatory tariffs. All right, retaliatory. All right, I think I said that wrong. I don't care. But retaliatory tariffs, and he did place a tariff on solar panels and also Chinese EVs. That's what he did, and that actually did again help. The main two things, the EVs and the solar panels, we saw American production increase and also purchase increase, along with the same thing for the EVs. I just need you to understand that part. So when you say something like Joe Biden did the tariffs, or Joe Biden kept the tariffs, Joe Biden did tariffs too. When you say something like that, that lets me know that you're not actually speaking from a place of knowledge. What you're doing is you're speaking from a place of, I have cue cards.
I get what you're saying, that Biden had like targeted tariffs towards certain like industry stuff, whereas Trump is doing it for all things. I'm trying to understand, and I think I'm getting it to a degree.
That's pretty much it. So basically, the whole thing is because history will show you that targeted tariffs do not work in modern society. They don't work. Okay, so that's the first thing. If you want some additional information, I would say look into the Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act of 1930, all right, and how it exacerbated the Great Depression. I would tell you to look there. All right. And then I would tell you to look at other instances of how conservatives actually feel about tariffs, which they don't like. And you can point to Ronald Reagan for that, for what he said in the 80s about tariffs. All right. Because he knew that tariffs are, in fact, inflationary. So we have that part. I just need you to just read a little bit more, Colton, and then just go from there. Because I think that you've been propagandized. Where do you get this information from?
My big guy watched Nick Fuentes.
You're a fucking groper. You're 18 years old.
I wouldn't define myself in a certain like bracket, but because I don't agree with him on race mixing and all that stuff, because he's racist. But I listen to him on like economic stuff and the foreign policy news.
Yeah, I don't care about that. I want to do some real education real quick, and this is for you, my sister Erica, because all of that. I suspect we've talked about. Well, y'all talked about tariffs for years, and everybody knows it. So I want y'all to look this up. Everybody in chat, look this up. It's a metathesis in linguistics. A metathesis in linguistics. Metathesis has to do with like transposition of stuff, right? And in linguistics, it's the sounds and like, you know how when sometimes racists be like, "Why you say axe?"
Yeah.
Well, that's a good pronunciation of the word ask.
It is.
It's just part of the philosophy of language, and it's a metathesis. So you could say retaliatory any way you want. It's perfectly fine. It's the point of language is to convey the shit. Okay. And if I understood what you said, then I understood what you said. Let's stop policing pronunciations because they don't know grammar anyway.
That's
right?
fair.
We used to not end sentences and prepositions. Now motherfuckers do it all the time. That shit used to hurt my ear. So this language moves. It changes.
It does.
Pronounce shit however you want to pronounce it.
I appreciate you,
Just
Jeff.
say the shit.
Retaliatory. But bro, you're 18 years old and you are following Nick Fuentes. Even though you said you think that he's a racist and all that jazz, like you do know that stuff, you're still taking in what it is that he's saying.
Well, he's not wrong on some degrees, but of course with the race mixing, he's wrong. And the main thing I listen to him on is immigration, which I was hoping we could tackle that because I'm actually informed on that. I'm not very informed on economics. You kind of picked my very weakest point if you couldn't tell, because I'm not very educated on the economy because what 18-year-old is. I haven't had life experience with that. But on immigration, I'm way better at defending that.
Let's do a speed run. What part of immigration are you defending?
I'm defending, for the Donald Trump stance would be to deport all illegal immigrants.
All right.
I take it a little farther, but yeah.
How far?
I think all the legal immigrants that came over during the Biden wave should also be deported.
All right, great. Sell that to me.
So, well, it's hard to sell it to you because you're an African American man. But
Pause.
well,
Check this out. Hold on.
Okay.
Yeah, it's easy to sell it to me. I'm a philosopher, and I like money. Let's go.
Okay. Well, the issue isn't economics because economics do go down when you stop immigration. But the thing is that the white percentages in America used to be 80%, and now it's down to 53. And just three decades ago, it was 80%. And we're down way more because of these mass immigrants coming over the border. And before 1980 and 1965, with the I believe it's Naturalization and Immigration Acts. They used to restrict immigration, but now it's a whole bunch of immigration. Like, I have no problem with Mexicans coming over in a small amount and assimilating. It's the extreme amounts of them. Like, I believe it was 15 million over Biden, and it's just insane. And it's replacing our culture. Because I have no problem with the skin tone. The issue is that American culture is a mixture of Western European and African culture because of slaves, obviously, which I don't agree with, but that's just how culture was shaped. And also some of the Irish and Asian immigrants that came over.
Indigenous people? Because your population.
Well, they were a
used to
very
be
small.
0%.
They were a very small portion, so they didn't really influence
How
our
are
culture.
they a very small portion?
This is
Well, they were at the end.
Literally, like Europeans, literally. I think my patience might be low. My sugar might be low. I don't know what's happening here.
I got you, fam. Look, I'm in a box right now. This is why I don't like talking to 18-year-olds. So I'm gonna say this, Colton, in a way that I'm not talking about you when I say this.
Okay.
I'm talking about people that look like you but are older.
Okay.
Right? You're just saying y'all can't hunch.
That's pretty.
Could you elaborate?
You can't.
Y'all don't know how to
hunch.
No, I'll say it. I say the word. You can't fuck. All right. You're bad at fucking. All right. And your women don't like you. That's why your birth rates are low. All right. And that is simply why you are in fact
liberalism.
being replaced. You're being replaced. Yep. You're being replaced. I'm just kidding. You're not being fucking replaced. That's a conspiracy theory that you all believe to make yourselves feel better so that you can go around the world perpetuating your fucking hate. That's what that is. But bro,
Okay, I'm not racist, first of all.
You are racist. You literally single out Mexican people.
It's the culture, not the race.
What part of Mexican culture is replacing American culture?
It's not the fact that I don't like their culture. It's the fact that it's impeding on ours.
That's fine. What part of it?
Well, all of it. When they come over and they replace
Stop. No. All of it is a thought-terminating cliche. When I say what part, I don't want you to say all. Let's go apart. Give me a part of Mexican culture.
Flesh it out.
Well, language.
Okay. So the Spanish language.
Correct.
Okay. What is the official language of the United States?
English.
No, that EO does not have any force of law. Matter of fact, it says it in the language. Like it says, if you didn't do nothing before, you don't got to do nothing now. It's just a paragraph. So what's the official language, like the de jure language of the United States?
I'm confused by what you mean. Majority of the population speaks English.
You're talking about something like a de facto language. You're just a description of events. I'm saying, what's the official? Yeah, what's the official language of the United States?
I really don't get what you mean. We majority speak English, which since you're saying,
do you know what an official language is?
Well, it would be the language that the government publishes as the widely spoken language in the nation.
No.
Then what do you mean?
A language that's established by the legislature, by statute. This is our official language.
Okay, so you don't think that the founding fathers all spoke English and everybody in the 13 colonies spoke English when legislature was created?
Let me just say what I said again. It's a language that's established by statute, meaning they say we have declared that this is the official language. Do you have that?
Do we? I mean, I don't know what the Constitution.
The United States does not have an official language. So now what you're telling me is that, first off, the amount of Spanish speak, like the creeping in of Spanish is not creeping out English, right? Like English is still the most widely spoken language in the country.
For now.
So, well, is that trend changing?
Yeah, if our white population is down.
I don't want if you had really, really specific language for skin tone, What's the specific numbers you have for language?
Well, I don't believe that I have any specific numbers for
Okay,
language. It's
cool.
just a
So we're
given
gonna
that when
take. Hold
Mexicans
on,
come
hold
across and
on.
speak
We're
their
gonna
language.
take. Stop. We're gonna take all your presuppositions. I'm gonna take them. I used to say Kobe for this, but I can't. So I'm just gonna silently toss them in the trash.
I still say
They're
Kobe. Am
gone.
I wrong?
Why can't you say Kobe?
Well,
Kobe.
because it has some. We'll get into it. I don't
Don't worry
like
about
talking
it
about
later.
it in mixed company. But it's okay. So Colton, the language thing fell on its face. What other part of Mexican culture is like taking your stuff? And by the way, even if you had numbers, that just means it's a romance language. Like English and Spanish are very close. So you're just saying y'all too stupid to learn another language. That's weird. What other part of the culture is seeping in?
Well, I mean, it's just like you want me to give specifics here? But the
That's
thing
what.
is, it is all of it.
No, no.
Like every single when people
Hold
come
on.
across and they have their fundamental
Stop.
cultures,
Stop.
it does
Stop.
everything.
Stop. All of it just means I don't like black people.
What? Mexicans aren't black.
Some of them are.
Well, we're like Haitians, sure, but
Some of them are white.
What?
Haitians are not Mexicans. What is happening?
What's
no,
going
but it came
on?
over from all of South America and
Jesus
Central
Christ
America.
alive.
Haiti's not in South America.
I said and Central America. I know it's in North America. I know it's a Caribbean island.
Haiti's. Oh my god. Yo, look here. Oh, you know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do you a solid. Uh, are you in a room right now, Colton?
Yeah.
I want you to look around that room.
Okay.
Somewhere in that room, there's a door that has a sign above it that say exit. I want you to walk through that door.
Why?
This is a metaphor.
Okay. Oh, so you want me to leave the live?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm correct. So.
No, you're not.
You're correct.
Yeah, I'm correct.
Just to be clear, you're correct that Haiti is in South America or Central
I'm correct
America.
that Haiti is in Central America. It's a Caribbean island.
Okay. So let's go ahead and exit now.
Yeah, okay.
Right. If you don't know how to, you can turn your phone off. Oh, he knows how. Thank God. What the fuck was that? You know what I say all the time though, Jeff? All right, and I stick by this. All right, I say I do not argue. I do not argue with 18-year-olds because I don't even argue with my own child. So I'm definitely not going to argue with somebody else's. I'm just not doing it. Like my son is closer in age to him than I will ever be.
So, and just for anybody who don't know, the Caribbean islands are not in Central America.
They are not.
They're in the Caribbean.
Yes.
That's just
what's wicked.
Don't make us Dominicans Central American. Like we're Dominican. There's a different thing. And our Haitian neighbors are in Haiti. They're not in Central America.
No, they're
That's some
not.
cuckoo nonsense. But Erica, I have to bid you adieu because I like that in the group message, in the group chat, I've been telling them all my mods, like, yo, I'm starving. And they're like, why don't you go get food? And then I've been looking for places that are open this late.
What I've been doing. Literally, like I just ordered.
Yeah, I'm about to. I'm gonna actually have to take a quick ride, but like, I'm starving.
I know, I understand. Thank you so very much. I hope everyone was kind to you, Jeff. All right, I hope everybody was kind. I'm not kidding you. I really do suck at multitasking, but I'm getting me the I don't know shirt because I can't wait to point to that when these motherfuckers don't want to answer the question. Just I don't know. Read your cue card.
Yeah, the cue card is dope. I love pointing people to the cue card because if more people said I don't know, life would be so much better. And that's education.
Exactly. That's education. Thank you so very much for stopping by, Jeff. Y'all make sure y'all are following Jeff. Do all of the good things. Check out the links in his bio. Make sure you get you some cool ass merch from endofaspecies.com. And again, just do all of the good things, guys. Thank you again, Jeff. I appreciate you so much.
I appreciate you back, and I appreciate the whole crowd. I hope you guys got some education, edutainment, and all of that. And please make me wrong, because otherwise we go extinct, and that'll be that.
That is true. Thank you again, Jeff. Have a great night, and be safe out there.
Bye.
Bye. Woo! Drop some hearts in the chat for Jeff. That was absolutely fun. All right. Let me check to see something here. All right, y'all got 27 more minutes with me, and then we got to figure out who else is live. All right, let's see here. Who's this person? I'm about to just start letting everybody up. All right, only be in the request if you are in fact a Trump supporter. Only be in the request if you are a Trump supporter. If you are not, all right, please respect the boundaries and drop out of the request. I appreciate you so very much. Unless your name is Hector. Where is Hector? Okay, hi, you hate me? Are you a Trump supporter? Hi, you hate me? Are you a Trump supporter? Going once, going twice. All right, you out of here. Hi, no niche girl. Are you a Trump supporter? Niche, are you a Trump supporter? Is this thing on?
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay,
I
bye.
just wanted to say that
Oh, your signal is pretty bad, love. But thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Drop some hearts in the chat for no niche.
support you.
Let's see here. Yeah, she had a really bad signal. Let me turn on the phone lines. I don't know if this person is going to load. They did not. I don't like that person's name, so I don't want to let them up. I'm being honest. I'm being so honest. Hi, Mad Bra. All right, you're teacupping as soon as you come on. Now I'm paranoid. Nigger. Ooh, so edgy. So edgy. Oh my gosh. So edgy. Ooh, I love people with usernames like this, guys. I really do. Master Debater. All right. Are you a Trump supporter?
I'm a Trump supporter.
And for TikTok purposes, how old are you?
I'm 19.
19. All right. What year were you born in?
2006.
Oh, okay. All right, great. All right, give me 1 second here. All right, go here. Shout out to Kristen for the $4.44. Kristen said, because your work isn't free, love when you're live. Oh, thank you so very much, Kristen. I appreciate you, love. And I love the number 444. That is an angel number for intuition. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you. Also, shout out to Jay Hops. Hey, Jay Hops. Jay Hops sent 2 and said, ask him to define targeted tariff. Jay Hops, he did not know. He didn't know much of nothing. So there's that. But shout out to you, Jay Hops. Thank you so very much. Also, shout out to Jots and Titties, as Hector would say. I'm just kidding. Jots and Tittles on the tube said, why is he scared to be a minority? Bruh. Why? Fantastic question. Hey, Mr. Michael. Fantastic question, Jots and Tittles. Fantastic question. Maybe one day he'll be able to answer it, because then he'll be a minority. Okay, but let me see here. And J Hobbs, thank you again for the $5 over on the Venmo. J Hobbs said, thanks for teaching me about Mexican Haitians from North America. You're welcome. You're welcome. I think that was for the other guy, because Jeff, that made Jeff be like, you know what? It's best that I do go get food. Yeah, it was best, Chef. I totally understand, friend. And shout out to Karen. Karen sent 3 and said, the consistent demand for assimilation is such weird behavior. Look into the history of that demand, guest. It's just cruelty. It provides no benefit. It won't happen. And it's as disgusting as the reflection you see in the mirror. Damn, that was a read. Shout out to you, Karen. Drop some hearts in the chat for Karen, y'all. Drop those hearts in the chat for Karen. That was a fucking read. Also, shout out to, let me see here. Make sure I got the right thing. That's from earlier. Okay. All right. We're good, guys. We're good. Thank you to everyone who sent a dono. Drop those hearts in the chat. Thank you all so very much. Let me check over here on the tube, because I haven't in a minute, and I want to make sure I don't miss anyone. And we're good. All right, guys, with that being said, if you would like to show love, support me, support the stream, the links are in the bio. Everything with Erica is the name, PayPal and Venmo. Also have a Zelle, everythingwitherica9@gmail.com. All right, and if you're over in the tube, you can send a super chat. Thank you all so very much for everything, because all is appreciated and most definitely accepted. All right,
Call from
here. What's your name?
To accept, press 1. To send a
You got to say a name in order to talk over here, buddy. Okay. Hi, Master Debater. Thank you for your patience. Why are you still supporting Trump?
Supporting Trump mainly because of I'll go with his deportation policy for purposes of the debate. Now, the reason why I support Trump's deportation policy has to do with reduced public spending on emergency services and whatnot, reduced housing demand, and wage increases for native-born Americans would be the three that main proponents why I support deportation.
Why did it all sound like they need to blow their nose? Because they never heard of VIX. Okay. All right. So you mentioned basically less federal spending on emergency services. You also mentioned increased income for Americans and less housing demand. Is that correct? Those three things?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So studies have actually shown that undocumented immigrants do not have any impact actually on our housing market, and that also
That's not true.
It actually is.
So
You
a
have a
study
study
done by
that shows
Penn
that it
Wharton
does.
says that a 10-year deportation policy, like the Trump
Who
deportation
says
policy,
that?
would lead to Penn Wharton. He's a verified economist. He's got about 50 years experience, Yale graduate. Anyway,
I'm sorry,
he
Penn
says that
Wharton. Penn Wharton is a
yes,
Yale graduate.
yes.
Penn Wharton is not a person. Penn Wharton is a name of the fucking business school at the University of Pennsylvania.
No, it's the business school at the University of Harvard.
Show it to us. Show it. I just want to see. I'm stuck
So
now. I'm
does
stuck. I'm so sorry. I'm
Desiree
stuck
in the
now.
comments?
I'm
I have
stuck
never
now.
been on Diener Parker's
I am
live, by the
so
way.
stuck
So
right now. There's no fucking way that you are like this. I don't want to call you stupid. I think calling you stupid would be a compliment.
it's literally the Harvard Food Institute. Like
That's what Penn Wharton is, the Harvard Food Institute. I just want you to leave. Please leave. Just go. You can go. Just leave.
I'm trying to debate.
Just go. Just leave.
That's
Turn your phone
the
off.
Harvard Food.
Turn your phone off and just leave.
It's literally the Harvard Culinary School.
Mm-hmm. You got it. You got it. Go ahead. Just turn your phone off. You're not smart. I mean, for
I am
you,
a very
this wouldn't
intelligent
even
person.
this wouldn't even be like picking low hanging fruit or even picking fruit up off the ground. This would be more so like digging in the dumpster. All right, and then like coming across something that is mushy, beyond rotten, and just absolutely disgusting. That's what this would be like. I really
your comments
can't.
are calling me a troll. I'm not a troll, guys.
You're just not. I'm not doing this. There you go. Bye. Yeah, the fuck? I'm not doing that. Anywho. Any freaking who. Like, go play with your toys or something. Go play with G.I. Joe or your Barbies or your fucking race cars or something. Stop playing with me. I'm a grown ass adult. I just want to let y'all know that. I'm grown. The fuck are we doing here? I thought that I wanted to do one more and I changed my mind. Who's live, guys? Who's live? It's 1,000 people up in here. It'll be so awesome to see, like, to send another woman a raid. So, who's live? I like Fee. Fee is live. Kobe's live? Where's Athena live at? I don't see Athena live. Oh, she is live. Go say hi to Athena. That's what we're going to go do. We're going to go say hi to my friend Athena. Let me put her name in here. I'm going to put it on the screen for us to see. All right. There we go. Ba-dum-bum, ba-dum-bum. Because that was fucking wicked. I was not feeling it. There's no way in hell. Bruh. Penn Wharton. He has a degree in economics from Yale. Sir, please leave. This is a Wendy's. What are we doing? That is Covey.2.0. All right. Boom. And boom. Guys, go say hi to my friend Covey. Go say hi to Covey. All right. YouTube, what I am going to do for you all is that y'all are going to go say hi to, let me make sure of it here. I gotta make sure he went live. Oh, fudgesicles. And Dan doesn't do redirect, so can't do Dan. So YouTube, I'm leaving you out on your own. You have to figure it out. And when you get over there, you just drop some hearts in the chat and you tell the people that you are coming from the Erica Shantae raid is what you do. So you do that for me, YouTube. But what we're going to do right now is we're going to hit that good old outro music is what we're going to do. Because what was that? Y'all can't, no, I'm not doing it. Nope, I refuse. Let's go. Let's just get out of here. Yeah. Let's just get out of here right now, guys. Let's just run. We're running. We're running away. All right, we're running. Penn Wharton is an economist from Yale. God, Jesus, that was crazy. Okay, guys, with that being said, thank you all so very much for hanging out here tonight. I appreciate each and every last one of you for hanging out with me during the Erica effect. All right, hope you learned something tonight. It was pretty awesome. Shout out to Hector and shout out to Jeff for stopping by and hanging out. I appreciate them so very much. If you are not following Hector Talks, then we need to have a conversation. I need you all to do that, and also make sure you are following Jeff. They're fucking great. They're amazing themselves. Now, with that being said, thank you to everyone who tapped the screen, shared the live, reposted, who sent a gift, who sent a donation, who sent a comment. All right, I appreciate each and every last one of you all so very much. I really can't say it enough. If you're looking for Kobe's name, is right there on the screen. It is Kobe.2.0. So Kobe.2.0. Right there on the screen. Take a look at your phone screen. It's right there. Kobe.2.0. Go say hi to my friend Athena. Drop some hearts in the chat. Make sure you're following her, sharing, reposting, sending all other love to Athena because she's the absolute best. All right, I'm gonna go over there. All right, and you guys, it better be a whole bunch of people. Okay, it better be a whole bunch of people over there. It's 1,000 people. It better be a whole bunch of people. So with that being said, I leave you with this as I always do. If you can't do something kind for yourselves, all right, please do something kind for someone else. I love y'all. I really do. I'm serious. I really do. Y'all keep me going. So I appreciate that. With that being said, y'all, tubers, I'm going to end it over here. Deuces out, tubers. I love you all.